Stop talking about comic books or I'll kill you. I don't care if the Hulk could defeat the Man of Steel. I'm gonna rearrange your face if you continue to debate whether Logan's claws could pierce Steve Rogers' shield. I just couldn't care less if they bring back Kraven. And I don't care if Spider-Man's a clone. Stop spending all our cash on back issues of The Flash, or I swear to God you're gonna spend your 12 years alone. You can call them graphic novels. They're still just plain old comic books to me. And I don't see why you must always ceaselessly discuss the post-zero-hour continuity. For the last time, I won't read those Kirby X-Men. You know that I prefer the work he did for DC. And if you don't want to die, you'll lose that old Street Price Guide, Comic Buyer's Guide, and Wizard Magazine. But please get the new Invisibles for me.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a glitch. It's great to have you all here, and thank you very much for joining us for this review tonight. We're really looking forward to it. We're going to be talking about Season 1 of The Futurists. So that should be really, really interesting. I'm hearing great things already from the early impressions. But first, let's jump into the chat. Say hello to everybody who's joining us tonight. We have Captain is Deckard a Replicant, Spock, and he's brought the popcorn. I didn't think replicants liked popcorn, but I mean, I guess they have to fake it somehow. We have Robert Shepard. He's calling for Peak to be jailed. Justifiably so, I would say. He's done many crimes on this channel alone, and who knows where else. He's quite the deviant, so he absolutely should be stopped at some point. He's hailing me. I always appreciate that. Hail back. And he's hailing the chat. So great job, Robert Shepard. 3 out of 3. Great comments. We have December Soldier saying hello. Hi. Velnet is questioning our choice of streaming. They are pointing out that we're going up against Dale Keon. Hulk Smash Puny Well Read. Yes. Well, we do our own thing here, and we're mildly pleased with the results. I mean, it's not always spectacular, but it's good enough. It keeps our life going and give it meaning. Altercation says ahoy. Ahoy back. Richard Cahill says review incoherent gibberish. Is this your first time watching the show? Because I think that's what we do every week. But thank you for joining us. James Hayes, welcome. Great to have you back. Thank you very much. He says, hello, Well Read, Smeek, and Shine. Everyone in chat, I hope that you're doing good and feeling well. Yes, everybody's doing quite well today. Thank you, James Hayes. We have Jean-Luc Connery, and he affirms that he is feeling good, James. So thank you for asking. Vic says, Mitch is incredible. Oh, Mitch has an admirer. Where were you, Vic? Maybe a few months ago or a year ago when all that heat was on Vic. He needed you. You abandoned him. We also have, who else? Well, here's the deviant now. Certainly getting himself ready for his eventual jail sentence. He says, fuck this show. Yes. You'll remember those words someday, Smug. They'll all come back to haunt you. And Wilberforce Wooster says, greetings all. Greetings back. We also have Dark F Comics. He says, my mic is pretty bassy. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'll turn down the gain just a little bit. Hopefully that helps. But thank you for pointing that out, Dark Gif. If it still continues to be a problem, let me know. I'll continue to adjust it. And then we also have Christopher John. He says, hello, F off well read user. Happy to be here, and we're happy to have you. Smug says, turning the mic off and not turning it back again. Turning the mic off and not turning it back again. Well, I'll try that, Smug. Always sound advice from you. And Velned says, my mic is pretty monotony. Yes, I have the special monotone setting activated on the mic, and I hope all of you will enjoy that. And I actually missed somebody. We have Isaac. That's great to have you back. I haven't seen you in a long time, so thank you for joining us. Well, I think that's everyone that I've seen join us in the chat so far. At this point, I will bring on the reviewers, and we can maybe discuss the comments from last week. Darkif says it's a little better. Well, if there's any more that I should be doing, please let me know. I'll be sure to adjust it. So with that, please welcome Smeek P.
Try turning the mic off and not turning it back on again.
No, I read it correctly. Turning. There you go. See? You're wrong again, Smeek.
I can still hear you.
And then next we have Moonshine.
There was complaints that our guest didn't jive with our monotone, so I think this time we've nailed it.
Yes, we definitely narrowed the selection down to the most monotone creators, and here we have the winner of that selection, Matt C.
Ahoy! I thought we were dressing up for this party. Was that not the case?
Well, Smug is always naked, so.
Yeah.
Well, he has glasses on.
Oh, well, he's modest today.
And sometimes I wear a little tuxedo.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd wear a fancy hat, but...
More mono is the request of the evening.
Like Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone remembers that anymore.
What was it? It was the answers to questions.
Yeah, they gave him the answers, and then I guess he was given answers, and he would think of what a question was, and then it was funny because of what the answers were.
Never make a joke that you don't remember the setup to yourself, Moonshine.
Well, I just told you what it was.
Okay. Rule of thumb. Should we jump into the comments from last week and see what people had to say?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I think it was the John Malin episode last week, so we have timestamps, which I did heart and I did thumbs up. So I think I deserve a big thank you for all that effort of doing that. So
Eat shit, well read.
We have 5 replies, and this time I won't forget to read El Hombre thanking you. He said, thanks again for the timestamps, Smug Pug.
You're welcome, El Hombre.
Thumbs up and heart. Smug says, you're very welcome, mate. If you hear from Berserk Guts, tell him he's missed. Well, that one I will actually thumbs up and heart, because Berserk Guts is certainly missed.
No, he isn't.
And El Hombre confirms that he most certainly will. So heart and thumbs up that as well. Jack Stafford said, thanks, Smug. Really appreciate your hard work doing this and also on the show. By the way, talk to Berserk. Said he was partying this summer and busy with work. I let him know he's missed. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Well, thank you, Jack. We appreciate that.
Why are you reading the timestamp comments well read? No one cares about the timestamp comments.
Yeah, move on.
Move on to the actual comments.
All right. These are our most loyal viewers. That's why I wanted to recognize them for saying thank you. Vibrant Dahlia says, LMAO at a Lasmat trying to troll John Malin and then getting his panties in a twist when his comment was highlighted. The cherry on the spurging cake was the uninterrupted 5-minute rant at Well Read for reading a comment that Alasmat himself typed in chat until Testify had to come on and get his boy. You tried to pull one on a wolf's tail. I don't know. This seems like a strange comment. It's cut off.
That's fine.
Normally there's a read more.
Yeah, I don't
But
see
that
it.
one doesn't have a read more, so that's all you can read.
Oh well. Well, interesting take. If a little truncated. We have JV saying, changing your values to reach an untapped audience is exactly what DC, Marvel, and Lucasfilm did. That's an interesting comment.
Oh, this one's important. This autistic whisperer helps you out here.
Oh, okay. Yes, this is the all-important EVS excommunication of Micah Curtis comment that I missed in the chat. So here the timestamp says, at this moment in the live chat where EVS excommunicates Micah Curtis from Comicsgate, an individual who was apparently at the beginning of the movement and fighting in the trenches. I will admit I found it amusing, but I started to feel sad. I was actually a fan of him. I like to hear his takes, and I was quite pleased he started to pursue his dream as a comic writer. But unfortunately, he allowed his ego to dictate his actions to the point he alienated his audience. You created your own hubris, Micah. You brought this upon yourself.
Wow.
Searing.
Comment section from this stream is pretty spicy.
Yes.
Well, the most important comment on this entire section.
That's the
is
worst
right
comment
here.
I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
fuck
That's
you,
horrible.
DLV reviews, whoever you are. Get out of here. Don't come back.
I love this song. Please don't ever get rid of it. There we go.
Fucking hell.
Well, and I think we've already read this one, the song Fucks. Yes. We know about that. Jack Stafford says,
You don't have to bore everyone with that. Jack and I are nerding out over Star Wars ships.
Well, I'm going to heart and thumbs up his
You
comments
should.
anyway.
Heart Jack Stafford's comments.
There we go. Okay. Well, I think that's all of them. So thank you very much, everybody, for commenting. We certainly appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And may I mention I'm seeing no Java in the comments or in the chat, and I was trying to honor him with coming on exactly one episode after the fall of Well Read 2 times in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't look like he's here to accept that. So
Well, he was betrayed by Well Read last stream, so I don't think he's coming back.
That's right. Jabba
Yeah.
was betrayed. Chat was betrayed. I don't think Jabba's coming back, Well Read.
I think I heard him right in his fat little fifis, but I don't feel any remorse, strangely enough.
yeah.
You never do.
Nope. That's the benefit of being monotone. My feelings are monotone as well. So with that, I guess we can jump into our review. What will we be discussing tonight?
The Futurists.
Yay!
Yay. Another title from 2018.
From Allegiance Arts.
Yeah.
Well, from what I hear, it's interesting because this one isn't potential Netflix fodder. It's an actual, original, interesting story, not pandering to Hollywood for a made-for-TV rendition.
Well, I don't know who it's pandering to. I guess Matt Krotz is who it's pandering to. It's like, I really want Matt to read this, and so they made this comic with Patrick Stiles.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe me and a couple British people in the chat. I think that's about it. But not to spoil that. What do you guys
It's
think
about
about
British people.
issue 1? Yeah.
I will say this, when I first read it, it was just confusing. I didn't know what was going on. It's because there's so many time skips to begin with.
Yeah.
Upon a reread, it all makes sense, but it's like, well, it's kind of a dense storyline you immediately throw people into.
Yeah, I actually had to go to this site and then read this synopsis just to make sure that Teddy Gunn was the only dark-haired dude with a mustache.
That helps.
Yeah. I was like, because there's a guy running around with Fitz, and I need to make sure that's the same guy. He was in issue 1.
So are you saying the art confused you, Matt? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, Butch Geese is incredible.
Yep.
Clearly, and no one can really hold a candle to what he's trying to do, what he tries to accomplish. But there's a few questions.
There was choices made.
Yeah,
Mistakes were made.
He does reference, just speaking broadly, he does rely on photo reference for characters, and I got the sense that maybe he had to move between different reference individuals for some of these characters, so I feel like their faces kind of evolved over the years.
I think some of the faces he used for like the women in the beginning, it's like, I know they're supposed to be partying, but they're like, that's kind of a weird face they're making, which I assume is because it was a photo reference he was using.
Speaking of photo references, who does this woman look like?
Oh, you think?
Nice catch. The eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's clearly Elizabeth Brightweiser.
But which one is Mitch? Maybe Hajik?
I think this is Mitch over here, wearing the purple dress.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. I remember Mitch wearing a mustache inexplicably.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh no.
Was he the muse for Butch?
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Well, it sounds like we're bouncing around already all over the place.
What do you mean? We're talking about the cover.
Let's maybe give a little context. What exactly is this story? Why is it named The Futurists when it's set in the past in India?
Good question. That'd be something you could ask Mitch.
Yeah, because I have no idea.
I was gonna ask that too, and after reading issue 1 again with the theme of accelerated life or reversed Fountain of Youth kind of mysteries going on, I thought maybe that had something to do, like maybe at some point they're time traveling or something, at least physically. But
so, do you know what Shambhala is, or is this something they made up?
Well, yeah, it's just the it's mostly a Victorian invention, is my understanding, but it's like it's a land that time forgot, where you can live forever in the mountains of Nepal, with the Dalai Lama, basically.
So there you go.
I'm assuming that they're going there.
Yeah, so as you can see, the first issue is called The Road to Shambhala. So this is the MacGuffin of the series so far, it's Shambhala, right? That's essentially what it is.
I thought the Shambhala was the Indian restaurant run by Amit Raina.
Oh, maybe. John Luke says, yeah, it's a mythical land outside of time. So I guess maybe that's where the Futurist is going to come in. Maybe they all get there and then they just can go to any point in time they want. Who knows? We don't know, at least by what we have read thus far. I mean, the covers suggest lots of things about time and stuff, but not so much in the story, except for the aging of a couple characters.
So this book's written by Patrick Stiles with art by Butch Geis, and Mitch is credited as a co-creator. So,
yes.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting, because I know when Mitch used to talk about the Futurists, he used to have Patrick Stiles on, and they'd start talking about it. So I'm not sure. I guess Mitch kind of takes a back seat, like he helps with the concept, but mostly it's Patrick Stiles doing most of the writing.
Yeah, I think they both just thought this up, and it's a good thing Mitch is doing less because he can't even get Red Rooster done. So he definitely shouldn't be working on another book.
Although I'm seeing his name a couple places here, which is interesting. He's also one of the colorists.
Yes, in this case, he's
For
one of the
issue 1.
colorists with Elizabeth. So I don't know how that worked. I didn't know Mitch colored that much. I thought he was more of a inker, but I guess he colors sometimes as well. So I think the way this is credited, these first few pages are both penciled and ink by Butch. That's what I think they're trying to imply, right? Because pages 11 through 24 are inked by Rick Magyar, whereas nothing prior to that is credited. And you can definitely see a change in the art style from these initial pages. So I assume Butch is inking this?
I have no idea.
This is a good
Or is it-
opportunity to mention that comics, there's no reason for comics to not have page numbers. I know it's like a tradition to not do that in America, but it's a little frustrating.
Well, you're an artist, mate. Perhaps this is colored over pencils. I have no idea how you would tell, but
I mean, I think he's doing some fun Photoshop magic.
okay.
He's
I
using
noticed the
that art
faces
stuff. Yeah.
look very kind of like real, but maybe not quite right for what's happening in the scene.
Yeah, I think it would be hard to and I think it's a really nice. Like if this was done consistently throughout the book, it would be cool to see that happen in a lot of the backgrounds where it's kind of a Photoshop filter kind of approach to, like, no one would ever draw those spotted blacks. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to think like that. That's something you do when you up the contrast on a photo to figure it out. And maybe he inks over a hyper contrasted photo.
Okay.
It's a nice look.
Reagan Lodge says maybe you should just learn to count.
Ah, dang it, Reagan. Got me again, buddy.
So what's the setup here? These do not look like Indians, but from what I understand, the story is
Yeah, so this is the British, what is the word, caliphate in India?
British Raj.
Raj.
Or at least that's what it should have been called.
Yeah.
I think they just call it India in the story.
Yeah.
So this is back in when India was a colony
Yes.
of the English.
Yes.
Correct.
Or the British, as they would have called themselves then.
Right.
1866, Calcutta, India.
So the premise here is like these officers are out with their friend who I don't think's military, and he's trying to show him a good time, so he brings him to this mystic, to have a little seance.
And they drank red wine in champagne glasses.
Oh.
Sorry. That's as critical as I'll get.
Mike says the good old days. He liked those days. I don't know. Mike was that old. Oh, Amit's happy. He says my country heart.
Oh, good.
We asked if Shambhala was your favorite restaurant, but then we discovered what it actually was.
And Deckard says, is this after the 1857 revolt? Well,
apparently so.
Yeah.
It is, but I think it's like an alternative history. Because, I don't know. Matt could probably tell better than I could, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know much about this time period, so.
Yeah, Captain Spock knows better than most people, and yeah, I think this is. I don't think. Well, a bit later, they're talking about pretending to be on a mission, and really they're just there to get treasure in this issue. So, if they're pretending to be in official capacity in 1860s.
Well, they mentioned you probably know how to pronounce this, the Thuggee.
Yeah, Thuggee. Yeah.
Are these like the revolutionaries or the rebels?
Like the Indian nationalists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's two sort of subplots in this first issue. There's this group of British officers and their friend going to visit this mystic to I guess have a seance or see some magic or something. And then the second half of the issue involves a group of British and I guess Scottish auxiliaries going on a bit of a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
But this monkey is the steampunk monkey from the cover too.
Yeah. So this man apparently isn't as old as he appears. He ages from doing magic. And he's visited by an old acquaintance who is not old looking at all. Harijik? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce. Harijik.
Yeah, this guy's a little...
Ahmed probably could tell us how to pronounce this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure about the old dude. It felt a little like, okay, it's just like a buddy in a robe.
I'm not too sure about the first half of this book, just because these characters who go into this wizard or whatever the hell, like they've all got names, and then like we never see or hear spoilers. I guess we never see or hear from them ever again.
I don't think they're supposed to be important. They're just here to introduce us to these two wizards. I think that's their only purpose of the story.
Oh, so but there is a blonde dude with facial hair later on, and then there's the dark haired. So this isn't Teddy at a younger. It's not a younger Teddy.
Well, this is in the future, and then we go back into the past.
Yeah, this is the future.
This would be an older Teddy.
And now, spoilers, that obviously can't be Teddy because he has something that Teddy doesn't have. So.
Well, I don't know. The time doesn't really sync for me because, I mean, we start here in 1866. Then I'm pretty sure we go back to 1857. Yep. But then when we fast forward, it says 10 years later, which would be...
It's really not
67. So
no, it's 66 again. They mean 9.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is just to introduce Harijik and the wizard to get us into it. I think that's the entire purpose of this first scene. These other characters don't matter at all, unless they prove me wrong later. But these are the characters that matter. These two guys on the right.
I feel
Not that we actually see them again, but at least people talk about them again. At least
I can't keep up with the time of this review. So
Jean-Luc says I'm bloody confused already. Yes, this thing is confusing.
You will be.
Yeah, this all feels very confusing. Can we simplify this? We don't care about any of this time jumping. We just care about these two characters.
Well, the problem is it's constantly time jumping.
Those two characters you will never see again after like page 6.
But the one on the right will be referenced many times. Harijik.
Yes, Harijik. Or let's just call him Aladdin.
Aladdin, there you go, Aladdin.
Let's just call him Aladdin. It might be easier.
Ahmed says they look Arab, not Indian. They could be. We don't really know what their nationality is.
I think they all look white. I think there's been some whitewashing. I don't see any Indian people.
There's very few Indian people. I agree. It's like we don't see the Indian people like take over the city, but we don't even see them do that. We just see fires. It's like you didn't really want to draw any Indian people except for like when they're murdering them at the cave site.
Well, can we give our audience a trail to follow? So they come here and they're introduced to these two characters. They're performing a séance. What's the significance of this séance that they're presenting to us?
Well, the séance is a nothing burger because the characters that do the séance leave and are never ever seen again. One of them gets possessed by a spirit, talks about how you're going to have a visitor. Aladdin here shows up. The old wizard man, the Wizard of Oz, shuffles his visitors out. They're never seen again. And then he and Haj talk, I guess, about how Haj has managed to, I guess, become youthful again. Because we're given the impression that he's not supposed to be a child.
Yeah, but it's
old.
Whereas the old guy thinks he solved it. He's like, no, I'm cursed. Can you please talk to this dead witch, perhaps, and help me solve this curse? And I'll tell you how it happened if you summon her. And that's the end of this scene. See, the problem you wanted us to explain this is some of the most confusing part of all the books, though. So it's difficult to explain because I don't really know what's going on here.
Yeah. So
well,
Aladdin agrees to tell the tale of how he became young, and then we cut to, which is, in my opinion, the better part of this book.
Where it starts to make sense because at least you know what's happening now.
Yeah.
The past with Teddy Gunn.
Yeah.
So this is the real beginning of the comic book. Then.
Yes. The first is the teaser part of the movie. Credits roll, and then you start the movie. Like, the standard kind of British way to do credits. And
So
since
we're
it's
introduced-
British, I guess it's appropriate.
So we're introduced to this character here, Teddy Gunn. I guess you couldn't tell at the time, but he's the mustache man with the golden arm on the cover. And
He's Scotsman. He's the
yeah,
Scot.
and he's a Scottish, I guess, auxiliary forces, I guess they'd call them, for the British in India. Which I liked, to be honest. Like, I don't know, I liked it. Felt very, very, very real, because, obviously in the world wars and everything, like the British had such a large colony. They'd have, Australian auxiliary forces, Indian forces, Scottish. So it made sense.
And I think later we go to like Scotland and they add in a little bit of accent, so it's like, oh yeah, these are Scottish people.
Well, so what's happening here? Why does he appear to be held hostage?
So, well, he's not hostage. Here he finds one of his men has been murdered.
Just for those, if you are confused, just don't worry. The Thuggee don't show up at any point.
No.
This becomes completely useless.
So you find out everything is a ruse, so that's why all this initial information is not needed.
Can we never mention it again?
Yes.
Okay.
The only point is he's here digging up some cave under the orders of some English general or colonel. I don't remember what his rank was. I can find his name. His name is Quinlan, I think. Colonel Quinlan. So it's a colonel.
Correct. So yeah, they're off excavating this temple instead of fighting the rebels. That's basically the setup.
Yeah, so the colonel is essentially doing his own personal gain. He wants to find something. And he's pretty much, I guess, bribed the rest of them because he's going to share out the treasure, or at least so he claims.
Yeah, which is a giant sarcophagus.
And so, like, everyone's like, wait, how are we supposed to share this? It's like, this doesn't look valuable to us.
Correct.
And so immediately he's evil because he says, oh, we have to keep the secret, and the easiest way to do that is to kill everyone. And so here you get some Indians. This is like the only time we see the Indians.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Too bad Amit Rayner's parents weren't in this group.
No, I think Abed's parents, that guy in the front, he got away.
I actually really liked this scene. I liked the introduction of the dead man, revealing that they were off, really after treasure. They find the treasure or what Quinlan's looking for. Then he's like, okay, no witnesses, and they just kill off the Indian workers, like the redcoats here. I don't know. It all seemed to flow really well, in my opinion. Unlike the first half of the book.
Yeah, and you set up he's evil, and you also set up the Scots, or at least Gunn and his team are good because they see this as like, what are you doing? You're killing people. So they don't really agree with this, but they don't think there's anything they can do. But we show the ingenuity of Teddy Gunn, and he has a plan to stop this.
Yeah. And just for those following at home, we've switched to a new colorist at this point.
We have? You noticed that, huh?
I highly doubt Betty Brightweiser is working at this point because she always does the nice, it's like a white flecks of paint sort of texture she likes to do. And
so you think
this is a lot more of the conventional coloring.
So you think
really
this
cool.
is with Alex Guimarães, perhaps?
Yeah, if I had to guess, because this is when it's a lot more of a straight coloring approach. That's
this is
less
why we
surprising.
bring around a colorist for this review, so he can tell us these things.
Well, so can we discuss a little bit what Teddy Gunn does here to try to help these poor people being slaughtered?
But as you can see, he sees this gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
And so his plan is to attack the one thing that Colonel Quinlan cares the most about.
Which is? Dun dun
Sneak
dun.
The sarcophagus.
Oh, noes. Not dead
But,
mummies.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned mummies because, well, I suppose it's sort of mummy, but yeah, he says here it's opening, God, not yet, and then a demon comes out of the coffin. So this is
Yeah.
where it starts getting into the supernatural, I guess, fantastical element of the story.
So that's where Amit Reina's parents came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What did-
then
what-
the- Go ahead.
What did you guys think here when this, I guess, stereotypical horned demon emerged from the coffin? I'll admit,
I was already confused by this point, so I was still just confused. I was like, I didn't really get a handle on what was happening. And when I finally like thought I was, then the demon appeared, and it's like, oh, I still don't know what's going on.
Well, it looks like it's like some sort of Jack Kirby monster or something.
Mhm.
It just feels stylistically simple. Or something.
I might have thought more about it, but they kill it so fast that it was like there and gone.
it did feel a little bit out of place for me. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care if a supernatural being comes out of the coffin. I think that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, just the design of it, like it did look. I was just like, oh, very, very unimaginative compared to the rest of this book, which is pretty imaginative.
Yes, I'm sorry, Demented for fun. Yes, it's still going on.
So their reaction is also a bit routine as well. You'd think they'd be a little more shocked to see a demon jump out of a sarcophagus.
Well, I mean, I think Quinlan knew that was in there, so fine, his reaction's fine. But yeah, the Scotsmen are like, oh, I guess they say they kind of stare at stupefied, but
Yeah, so far I'm kind of confused why any of you found this book any good. I like the art, and
Yeah.
the panel layout is okay.
I will say the first book is the worst. A lot happens in the first book, but it's just so disjointed and difficult to say what's going on.
I take the opposite approach. I actually like the first book. I just don't like the first half of the first book. I like this little subplot, I guess, the setup with Theodore Gunn and the demon and Quinlan and the execution of the Indian workers. I thought that was all fine. Maybe, I guess, if the intro with the party goers going to the seance was cut down, they could have spent more time in this, which, yeah.
I will say this makes more sense on second reading. It's not like Bran where it's like you have to actually plot everything out. This makes sense once you like read through the whole first three books and go back. It's like, okay, I see what every important character is. All these side characters don't matter. I don't need to pay attention to them or remember their names. So there's really not too many important characters. So whenever there's a non-important character and you're rereading it, you can just kind of ignore them.
Amit Reina asks, is well-read ever not confused?
So this is a mildly important character. This is Sarah, which is this Teddy Gunn's wife. Am I the only one who wants to keep calling him Peter Gunn?
Yes.
Who's that?
Who's Peter Gunn?
Well read, you tell them.
Isn't that from Guardians of the Galaxy? Never
that-
mind.
Peter Quill?
Peter Quill. Right. So who are you talking about? Peter
Never
Gunn.
mind.
Yes.
Mitchell wants to know if this would be better as a trade paperback. I think you would just be as confused because you really just need to reread it. It's the only way you can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, you're going to find out like all three issues. For those who haven't read this already, all three issues say like, but wait, there's more 3 times, and they never. There's a lot of stuff that maybe is going to be all explained by the end of this arc.
I think we need 5 books. Maybe then we'll know what happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's still rather. Yes, there.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually agree with James Hayes and Mitchell. Like, I think this would be better in a trade. If you're collecting these as single issues, you're just going to be like, well, what the hell's going on? And there's just so little. There's so little and yet so much put into each issue. So I had to reread these twice over as well.
Vic says Peter Gunn is the guy from What Did the Art? I don't know what that is either. You really derailed this review, Moonshine.
It's from this. I don't think you can play all of it, but you could probably start like 15 seconds of this, and people will immediately recognize this.
Okay. Well, I have to get through the ad, which is about 15 seconds. So why don't you continue talking about the book?
Okay, so this is this Calcutta that's being attacked. Some city's being attacked by the rebels or the nationalists, and his wife is looking for him. But during this time, he's being trying to be killed by Colonel Quinlan.
Yeah, because he blew up the gunpowder, he destroyed the sarcophagus, killed the demon, he lost an arm, they've dragged him back to this hospital where the rebels are attacking, and now Quinlan here is going to exact his revenge.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
hold on a second. Okay, he lost his arm, right? Did
Yes.
anyone pick up on when that happened?
Actually, it's a good point you mentioned that, Matt. I actually didn't realize he lost his arm until issue 2 when it was pointed
well,
out.
they kind of
Yeah.
pointed out when he's like reaching into his bandage to like, hurt him. And if you look at a scene, particularly the bottom of this page, you can see he doesn't have an arm. But I guess you could have been mistaken and thought his arm was behind him, maybe.
Because of the photo reference heavy style, I feel like Butch had to. I think he was worried. Obviously he's dealing with Mitch Brightweiser, shirtless with 2 arms, lugging around.
Wait, you think it was Mitch? Mitch is the
Well, obviously.
Mitch doesn't look like this guy. This guy's way too masculine.
Oh, we're still on the first issue, Demented for fun.
Yeah, so obviously, like, the arm is always like foreshadowed out. Like, it's always, the one that he's supposed to have lost. You could read it as it's just not in picture, So I didn't see he lost an arm until issue 2 either.
But yeah, it's implied it got blowed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't pick up on that he'd lost his arm until the second issue, which I guess kind of makes sense because he has that golden arm on the cover.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a very confusing story. Well read.
Well, to confuse us further, here is Peter Gunn, which I have no idea why this is something I'm supposed to be aware of, but here we go.
You can't tell me you don't know that.
I do know that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a famous theme.
Right. I'm really trying hard to place it.
It was a
Harry Mancini.
television series. Yeah, Harry Mancini. It's like 50s, 60s, I guess.
I remember the horn.
The Batman theme probably was based upon this theme, would be my guess. But
Okay. Well, that first issue
yes,
was-
Rachel Cahill, the Blues Brothers used this theme as well. That's probably
Right.
where most people recognize it from.
Okay, yes, that's where I remember it from.
Oh, issue 2, finally. And nothing on this cover happens in this issue.
I felt like the first issue was several different stories stitched
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
Well, it was 2. It starts with the Seance party introducing the wizards. Then Aladdin starts telling a story. We cut back in time. It shows Theodore Gunn, I guess, not lose his arm, but he did lose it, fighting a demon. It sets up that Colonel Quinlan's now pissed at him, and yeah, he's about to murder him, and it ends on that. And now we go to the second issue, which pretty much picks up from there.
And the first issue is the one you like, right, Smee?
I liked the first issue. I thought I enjoyed the excavation. But you'll notice
Well,
this
there's
is
something I very much don't like about this second issue, but
this is the Jawbreakers, Lost Souls.
oh yeah, Lost Souls.
Mm-hmm. Eric
It's-
Weathers doing the lettering for this.
And
That's
so
interesting.
notice the coloring is completely done by not Mitch or Betty this time. I wonder why. What could they have been doing at this time? I seem to recall another second issue where other people were doing work. I don't know.
Yeah, I think at this point they were rushing to put out issue 2 of Red Rooster, which Mitch was extremely behind on.
Yeah, I like the color lab approach. They don't use that again.
Oh, you do? Hmm.
Well, it's. I guess it's they must have. You might have to hire 3 or 4 people to pump it out quickly.
What did you think about the use of Zipatone in this issue?
I was going to point that out, and I have a panel. I think it's the last page in this issue, but it almost reminded me of the last page of issue 2 of Red Rooster.
Yep.
Where the Zipatone was just out of control.
There's
those of us
one
who don't know-
panel where it's really horrible.
Who don't know what Zipatone is, can you find an example before addressing it?
These
show.
dots on the pillar.
Oh, okay. Right.
There's one panel, I think, when near the end, where he's like faces, and they just cover it with guy's face with Zipatone. It's like, this doesn't even need to be here. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, this is Butch's wonderful inks are like really on full display in this issue.
Yeah, it's like
There's
the
a lot of
Zipatone
weird-
is lightly used in the first issue, very rarely, but here it's just, you don't need the Zipatone. You're just covering things with Zipatone for no reason.
Is it meant to give it a pulp comic feel? They're referencing 1950s comics by using it.
I mean, obviously, yeah, they used to use it, but when you got inks like this, you don't need it. I mean, Butch has already given you the shading you need.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like the kind of thing you either commit to or you don't use at all.
Nah, you can use it occasionally. The first issue, it's not there very much, but occasionally you'll see it. So it's subtle, so it's fine. Like they'll use it in the backgrounds. Like the last page of the first issue has some Zipatone in the backgrounds, and then you don't really notice it unless you're looking for it. And there, it's fine. But this, it's just everything is just constantly covered with Zipatone for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this issue picks off where the last one, I guess, left off. It's in Lucknow, India, where the rebels are attacking. Theodore Gunn is threatening to kill Quinlan for what he did to the Indians in the first issue. And he's branded a traitor and escapes. And that's basically, your first half of the book.
Yeah, so this probably could have been thrown in the first issue, and you could have removed the start of it, and it would have been perfect, because that ends on a cliffhanger, which would have been perfect. He's, a cliff of a building there. Perfect.
Just a little point. This is one of the there are upsides to using photo reference. People in the chat are saying calling Butch a cheater.
I would say those hands are good. Most people have trouble with drawing hands. You gotta give it credit. Those are good drawn hands.
Yeah, there's a lot of upsides. One of the downsides is there's a panel just above this really nice panel where she's supposed to be. It looks like she's screaming after her husband, like "Don't go," but the photo is, he's just got the photo he's got, and she's. It looks like a screen still of Princess Leia or something. And she's just like, Teddy, come back. Like he's
it looks like, oh, did I burn the dinner? That's what her face looks like.
Yeah. And it's just something you don't typically do that if you're drawing characters, from your imagination. So.
I was just about to point this out too, actually. The hands look pretty Butch.
Mm.
Well, it could be,
draws Butch hands.
Yeah.
I mean, look at those fingers.
Which guys?
Those are Butcher's paws.
Maybe those are Mitch's hands too.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Over Betty's face, is that what? Yeah.
I don't know why we're talking about Mitch. Mitch had essentially nothing to do with this issue. So now this is the best part. We go to a girls' school in Scotland.
Are you being sarcastic, Moonshine? This is the best part.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Good. I thought you were going to be serious then.
No, he was being serious.
I mean, well-read would be serious. This part is probably what well-read, but like, 'cause there's a lot of motivation and thought and talking.
I love thought.
None fights. So.
Well, I guess this well-read would like this because it reminds him of the time he attended a Scottish all-girls school.
I still have my uniform. I wear it every day.
At least I will say at least it always tells us the time skip, how long it is, where we are. That's needed, because otherwise you'd be utterly confused constantly.
So this is 10 years later. Assumably this would be, I guess, before Aladdin's telling the story. So we're getting pretty close now to the present timeline. It's obviously in the same year.
Spirit Scar makes a point I think I made in the back room. He says, very cool art. I don't know how much that style of art is appealing to kids shopping in Walmart. Yes. I don't know who... I really think this book was made for Matt and very few other people.
Yeah, kids, kind of like with Red Rooster when Spirit Scar came on after the show and asked, like, why would any kids be interested in, like, 1930s Depression America? Same sort of question, what kids are going to be interested in, like, 1800s?
I mean, maybe
history,
Ahmed
British
as a
Raj.
kid, like maybe Indian kids would be interested, but there's no Indians in this book. It's only in India, but the Indians are strangely absent constantly.
Yeah.
So we basically get this little backstory now, 10 years later. This is Theodore
Hannah.
Gunn's, Hannah, Theodore Gunn's daughter. And the other schoolgirls are bullying her because it's known that her father's a traitor.
Yeah, like, see those faces? Obviously photo reference, and I don't think they're quite right there.
They look horrible in this.
Yeah, I don't
this
like
panel.
You know, I should pull back. Like, so the inker for this one is Rick Magyar, and maybe he's interpreting some Butch's pencils in ways that, you know, it's just a little inferior to the previous issue. So
yeah, it's. I think some panels are great, but this, like the schoolgirls, maybe they had a ghost inker and that person didn't do a great job, or maybe the colorist really fucked this up. Who knows?
Yeah, there's a lot of this whole segment, this whole arc in issue 2. There's a lot of harsh shadows on these girls' faces. They're already like 25-year-old girls fighting in this high school, but there's, I don't know. You really got to be gentle with the shadows.
Like, the best looking thing in this segment is that wanted poster. That looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I was hosting Nora's Saga. Matt, is Nora easier to understand, or is Hannah? Like, what do you think? Because it's 2 stories with 2 young girls.
Oh man. Well, the plot is driven by the character motivation in Futurists here, at least with Hannah here. Hannah's here, right? In this one.
Yes.
I got the name right, yeah. And then the plot, there's less of a plot, right, after issue 1 with Nora's Saga.
Well, I mean, I think we had discussion. Is like, what's Nora's motivation? She seems just like kind of a bratty kid.
Mm-hmm.
And Well Read, like, didn't even agree that she feels isolated. He's just like, oh, they just made fun of her, but that's not motivation. But
yeah. Well, you have a reoccurring theme. You know, Nora goes to a new school, she's bullied. Hannah's at this school, she's bullied.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but Hannah definitely seems more mischievous, and willing to fight back.
Like, on paper, it makes a lot of sense. I think.
Makes a good point. Like, the people that would probably buy this probably aren't going to be looking in the kids section to find this. So yeah, this does not seem like in any way a kid would want this, unless they're really into Indian history and like a teenager, maybe. I don't know.
How about in the electronics section? I had to go to electronics to find my issues.
Mine are with just like the generic kids books, I think.
Oh wow.
So yeah, she gets into a fight with the schoolgirl that's bullying her. The principal here confiscates the bully's necklace and puts it, reveals that there's a package. You can see here there's a package for Hannah.
I will say that one panel is very well drawn.
The middle one?
Yep.
Yeah.
The perspective, the face, it's all good. I mean, it's not really saying much, but if you're going to draw a panel, you might as well draw it as it's intended to be.
Yeah, it's cool.
Whereas, like, the other 2 panels around it, they're boring and pointless.
Yeah.
Now, this is, again, something that, like, what?
Yeah,
This is
and then
never
this happens,
addressed
like-
again, but something happens here.
Well, I thought this skull, like, is this the Oracle? Is this who Aladdin's talking to in the first issue?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
She has one ruby eye.
Oh, wow, good call there, Sneak Peek. I didn't think of that.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I like, again, like, we don't see her in this issue or the next one, but I just, when I read this, I was just like, oh, it's the skull, the woman's skull from the first issue. I guess this is the Oracle. So yeah, I don't know how it gets here in Scotland when it's supposed to be in India. I guess it's just an apparition.
So it is the left eye. No, the eye is wrong, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's in the left eye in the first issue, and here it's the right eye, so I don't know. Maybe it's her sister, and they each have a ruby eye? I have no idea. It does look very similar, though, besides the ruby being in the incorrect eye. Or
Could be
maybe
another-
it's just, or maybe some panel got reflected accidentally.
Yeah.
All of you mentioned the motivation of this girl. What exactly was it again? She was just mischievous and bullied, and then she found this ruby skull.
Strangely enough, she cares about her father. I know that doesn't make sense to you. And he's considered a traitor, and that makes her feel, angry and upset at people that mock her father.
Yeah, so she gets bullied because she's the daughter of a traitor. She gets chastised by the school because she beat up another girl, and during the fight she accidentally elbowed a nun in the nose. And then
That was the best part.
Yeah, and then the headmaster's like, "Well, I have a package here from India, and presumably from her mother or father. If you stay out of trouble for 1 month, I'll give you the package. If not, you're not getting it." And then she's sent off to the latrines to scrub them clean. And when this, I guess, apparition appears, which kind of gives us a hint that I guess this girl is going to be pretty integral to the story. But she decides that she can't be bothered waiting a month, sneaks into the headmaster's office, steals the package, which contains a letter from her father with this compass, and then she departs on her journey to India.
Yes, okay. This is one of the best drawn pages in the entire book, I think. And they don't overuse Zipatone, so they didn't ruin it, which is great.
Yeah, I was kind of reminded of, I guess, Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit in this panel.
I mean, it's just everything about it's amazing. I mean, it looks good. The colors are good. Just the layout and the perspective. Just a good panel. It's in thirds.
The muddy horse-drawn cart, Scottish moor.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. So what would you critique about it?
No, it's fine. I mean, it tells a story. That's just funny that panel stood out to you.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of bad art in this book.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. So she has a motivation, which is nice, and she acts on that, and you know what she's doing over the course. Like when you see her in scenes, you know why she's there. You know why she's moving from scene to scene. It's
Mitchell says he likes the background. Yeah, the backgrounds when they're done are always interesting.
Yeah, the backgrounds are great.
There's clearly time and effort put into at least the pencils. Sometimes the coloring is subpar, but
yeah.
And they decided to squeeze in a third subplot in this second issue, which is cutting back to Calcutta in India 4 months later.
From the Hannah story.
Yeah, from the Hannah story. So presumably a lot's going to be happening in these couple of months, because this is still in 1866 when Aladdin's telling the tale.
Now, Velnet asked a question we addressed at the start, and the answer is no, and we have no idea why, but we have some guess that has something to do with Shambhala and being a land out of time somehow.
Vic asked the most important question. What's this comic about?
That's another difficult question to answer.
I
Yeah.
feel like we might know the author, the secret writer of this story. might be working on another crowdfund with a YouTuber we might all know.
What the story's really about is don't rush artists and make them like build a company at the same time. It's probably a bad idea.
I feel more lost in this than I do with the Dune reviews.
No, it's much more confusing than Dune, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. Says a lot.
It's not as confusing as Brand, as I said before. Brand, you can read it multiple times and still be utterly confused. This, I think, on the second read through, you kind of get everything and you know what's happening, but there's still questions that just you shrug your shoulders. It's like, why is there a ghost appearing in front of Hannah? I don't know.
Yeah, we're on the second issue and it still feels like it's all set up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here they're setting up that Theodore Gunn's going to meet this criminal leader, and we're introduced to another character, which is look at this zipper tone. Jesus.
Oh, that was the worst. Like, if you just completely removed the zipper tone, that coloring would have been fine. Why is it there? I have no idea.
Yeah. So this is Fitz, and this is Theodore's new friend. He's, I guess, comic relief sidekick. And he's about to lose his hand because he was sent to steal a gold coin that they need.
That has Alexander the Great's blood on it or something.
Yeah, from this criminal guy. And he's about to cut off his hand when there's the big reveal. Boom.
And another panel ruined by Zipatone.
Yeah. So
I mean, it looks cool.
It does look cool.
I mean, Mitch is looking great.
Yeah, the mustache is it's working well.
He's got a metal arm, everyone.
He has a metal arm. How did he get it? We'll find out in the next episode. Stay tuned.
Fucked if we know.
Yeah, that too.
We know. It's
read 20 issues.
Well, I will say the good point about this cover, it kind of is what happens in this issue.
Yeah.
They're in a cave holding a lamp.
I don't think Hannah's yet touched the gun, so I don't understand the second issue at all.
So yeah, you've got the gold coin, you've got Teddy and some boatsman going down the river.
You got some ugly lady with a gun that's kind of involved.
Wait, who's the ugly lady with the gun?
I think
I don't remember her.
I think she was with the crew on the ship, wasn't she?
I don't think so. The crew on the ship was just like the captain and like.
All right, I'm thinking of the captain with his long hair. Maybe that's supposed to be Sarah. I don't know.
She's the Walmart customer that stalked you after you bought this stupid book.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. I shouldn't be giving my opinions. I'm supposed to be the host.
You're getting what it's like. You're getting the exact experience of reading this book.
If
so
I'm
now
frustrated.
we got Elizabeth coloring again, which is great.
Yeah.
I don't know who Christian is, but I guess maybe Matt will tell us when he thinks the coloring switched.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be able to tell.
Now you got to realize we're pretty stupid, so. So now we're back in the past, but not so far in the past.
Yeah, so we go back a decade, and this is, I guess, assumably after he's escaped.
Yeah, he has one arm, so it must be after that.
Yeah, and he's picked up Fitz, this character Fitz from somewhere.
Who never shuts up. He reminds me of Common America.
Yeah. Well, he's the comic relief character, and at this point, the story needs something.
At this point.
I mean, again, that's great drawing perspective. It's interesting looking. This is Betty's coloring, you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because of the whites, yeah.
Yeah, she likes green in shadows.
I will admit, whenever Betty's coloring, it's like some of the best pages in the book.
Yeah.
So Richard Cahill has a question. He asked, didn't Mitch say he was working on this for a decade? Yes. and it will take you a decade to figure out what the fuck is going on in just these first
Oh,
three
Mitchell
issues.
Kale has another great point. He says Christian is the artist on Mitch's new flop, The Saints.
Oh,
Which, again, I think that is actually created by Patrick Stiles. So I think Mitch has not much to do with that, except for, being in charge of the company.
which also has a lot of Oh, you know what? I was going to say it had a lot of Zipatone, but it doesn't.
No, this issue, the Zipatone goes away, thank goodness.
Yeah.
James Hayes says, that seems to be the problem. Mitch has created too much prologue and background here for people to actually tell his story. It's gotten lost along the way.
I will say this, Nora's Saga, I know what the story is. That I understand.
Yeah.
Whereas Red
Well, that's a
Rooster
pro
and this
writer.
one, it's like, I'm a little confused. I don't know why Red Rooster started with the end of the story, which is odd. But in this one, I don't know why it constantly time skips. I always say if you're going to have a time skip, do it once and never again. This decides just to keep doing it.
Yeah. So they Fitz and Teddy are on their way back to the ruins where the Indians were all killed in the first issue with the sarcophagus, because he's looking for clues as to what happened. I guess the guilt weighs on Theodore.
I will say, like, if this came right after the explosion and the escape from the city, it probably would have made sense. I don't know why this isn't just in chronological order. But
Exactly. And like I said, if you got rid of that stupid seance in the first half of the first book, you probably could have squeezed in those couple of pages from issue 2 and these, and it would make a lot more sense.
There's really no reason this shouldn't have just been chronological order. I don't know what we've gained by constantly skipping through time.
That's a good point, that returning to a location just to pick up a magical artifact after, not doing so, like after skipping an issue, is kind of weird when you could just, it would be nice to wrap up the whole story arc of this particular temple in one issue.
This probably could have all been fit into the first issue, and then you end here, and then you can skip to the present, and we're like, okay, we get it.
Yeah,
it's a bit of
I guess you want to introduce the female characters, but I don't think many girls or women are going to be reading this anyway, so.
Yeah, the structure of this series is just way off. It's laid out horribly.
I mean, this part is cool. I like all these weird creatures and statues they see.
Yeah, so they go into the ruins, they go into a cave.
Does any of this mean anything to you, Matt? Are these symbols like references to actual religions or anything?
Well, it's like the Voyage of Sinbad animatronic sculpture was the vibe I got, from that movie, which I guess cues you in to how there can be a robotic arm.
I guess so.
Well, would this be Shiva? Isn't that the thing in Indian, or I guess Hindu, like Shiva
Is that the case?
and destroys?
Chat can let us know. Yeah.
I mean, it could be, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Shiva's the 6-armed. Yeah.
Yeah, she dances, and Kali Raga happens, Kali Yuga, and it's the end times, and then the male god lies down, and she stops dancing and destroying the world, and then she mounts him, and that's when it's time for, I guess rebirth or whatever.
Well, I guess if she has so many arms, it makes sense that he gets an arm from this place, right? There's arms to spare. Oh, Velnet says there's 8 arms, so I guess there is. I guess I thought it was a leg, but yeah, I guess it's just 8 arms. Because she's like coming out of the gear, so you don't see her legs. So I guess maybe it's just something made up.
Yeah. And so they find this mechanical arm making noises, and I guess this is where he gets his magical arm from, which kind of annoyed me, because when Mitch was pitching this book, he was talking about how this was an alternative history with steampunk technology. Like, you got the little clockwork monkey in the first issue that's on the covers, and
Yeah.
this arm. I was kind of just hoping that this technology was just a product of its times, like it's an alternate history thing. You know, I just assumed, you know, they had access to this technology. It's like steampunk, like, you know, like Steam Boy, the anime Steam Boy,
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
more
But
like it's just
Oh, yeah.
magic stuff they find. Like, oh.
yeah,
And then the
instead of-
great thing after this page, we jump back to the future where they're fighting in the Thieves' lair, because we had to explain where the arm came from, because we didn't explain it yet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked the fight scene. It felt very, very swashbuckling.
Yeah.
And this is still Betty's coloring? There's a lot of whites. I'm looking for, if it's whites, I assume it's Betty now, because you told me this.
And there's a lot of green in the shadows, which is another cue. But Christian Rosado, I think, is doing a lot of lifting in the characters, I would guess. A lot of that swishy color. Like, she'll also do, if you can see it on every page, like, it's really smart coloring. She won't just take cues for highlights and shadows that you can tell from the inks. She'll just kind of make up extra info, like, you know, there's a window pane actually putting light on someone's face, so you're getting a little bit more, you know, you're not just getting a flat, like, there's more shading going on. Like, she kind of shades with her highlights, if that makes sense.
I'm just glad the Zipatone is gone.
Yeah.
It's like Zipatone has its place, but on Butch's artwork, no.
I feel
He's
like
already
James
given
Hayes-
you the inks and blacks that you need for the shading. You shouldn't be adding to that.
Yeah. I think James Hayes has an excellent comment. That's, yeah.
The Futurist was the wrong name for this story. It looks like it should have been called Flashback. I think I could have made a better story if I took a pair of scissors, clipped out all the panels, and pasted them into a notebook in my own order.
I will say the coloring on these explosions cool, because they're like greenish. They're not just, you know, yellow fire.
Yeah.
Because like some chemical thing was kicked over.
I guess maybe that's our answer. The reason why it's called the Futurist is because it keeps skipping back to the past and back to the present. It's like time jumping all over the place.
So the writers are the Futurists.
I think
you go.
Testify is a good point that we might want to talk about later.
Later, yeah, we'll bring up drama.
No, well, it's not drama. It's actually a news item.
Are we
Then
almost?
we leave Betty to go to Christian here, I think.
Yeah.
I will say some of the faces here weren't so great when he's talking with Fitz.
Vic asks, how many different characters are we following?
Only
Well-
about 4-ish, 5.
Yeah, the seance party there dropped almost immediately. We haven't heard back from the old wizard or Aladdin as he's telling this tale. It's kind of, we're keeping up with Theodore here, his daughter, and then I guess, and they do check up, you know, on his wife, but she's only like briefly like sort of mentioned or visited by Hannah later.
And they interact with characters, but the characters they interact are just generally there for the scene, and then they're just catapulted out of the story, almost literally with Hannah's story.
Yeah. So they get the gold coin. At least we don't time skip here, but it is kind of hard to keep up with what's going on and where. So
yeah, so this is a scene change.
Yeah, this is a scene change, not a time skip. And Hannah's coming to India.
Why did they want a gold coin? Did we mention that?
Because Harjik wants it, so he probably wants to do some magic with it.
Yeah, Aladdin wants the coin. So
Aladdin,
this is this is how I guess Teddy and Aladdin come together.
But we
Teddy's working
we
for
haven't
him.
seen them meet yet, because I'm sure that will be in a flashback in a later issue.
And for those following along, for those who don't have us muted in the chat, he doesn't actually get the coin. He gets another, like a regular coin that doesn't have blood on it, and they're just going to pretend it has blood on it.
Yeah, so they apparently fought the thieves, because that will be convincing enough that they actually stole it.
Yeah.
So he's out to get a coin for somebody who hasn't asked him to get the coin yet, and we expect that to be explained in the future, and he didn't actually even get the coin
Yeah.
in the first
Yes.
place.
It's
Yeah.
the Futurists, everybody.
I feel worse than I did with the Bigfoot Bill review, honestly, with this.
If you can't understand Bigfoot Bill well read, you're never going to fucking understand these books. Bigfoot Bill is a story about a Bigfoot looking for his family and trying to find his place in the world. This, I don't know.
James
Not so
Hayes
much.
wondering if he wants to pitch it to Netflix. It's just, I don't think Netflix would care if it was filled with Indian characters, maybe, but it isn't, so.
Maybe this would make sense if it was made in Bollywood and there were lots of dance sequences in between these moments.
Yeah,
Maybe.
So, his wife is being courted by another man, but then her daughter walks in.
Except the other man looks almost identical to
That's
Theodore.
true. That's creepy.
Okay, so that's not okay. Is that Mitch? Is this Mitch Brightweiser?
That might be
and
Mitch,
Betty?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he has an elephant. I mean, it's a good pick. I think she should go with it. Who wants a
Yeah.
traitor?
And he has 2 arms. I was checking his arms. I had to keep checking.
I think he even gets a name.
He's hiding his arm there, right? So it could be.
His name is Wyatt, in case you care.
Oh yeah, previous page. Yeah.
Why is she dressed like Han Solo?
Yep.
She just woke up.
That's a good point.
Oh, you mean the daughter? Well, she fell in a lake, so she probably just stole some clothes. That's probably a man's clothes she stole, or she was hiding in the brig. So I don't know. Maybe she was pretending to be a boy. Yeah, she was wearing a cap, so maybe she was pretending to be a ship's boy or something.
Yeah, it feels like they squeeze a lot into this issue, but this is the final bit. They're on their way to give the coin to Haj. Then Fitz, the character we were only just introduced to, I guess, really at the end of issue 2, betrays Theodore, knocks him out, and I guess is going to turn him over to Haj for the bounty that's on him.
I guess. Who knows?
Yeah. And that's the end of issue 3. We got through it all. It's done. It's
And
finished.
you want to know what we think? We don't really know what's going on yet.
Who are these characters?
We don't know. Well read. This is the final page. I mean, I guess these are probably Aladdin's boys. Like maybe they're like his minions or some shit, like his thugs. I don't fucking know.
They should have let Ducks in April write this story.
Stop asking questions. Just consume Walmart product.
I mean, it's there's a lot of interesting things. There's a lot of good art. I mean, I guess I'm going to keep backing this. I mean, buying it. I don't have to back it. It's nice to just like go somewhere, give money, and get a product. I will admit that.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, I hate everything about it, but I love it, and I'm going to keep buying it too.
I mean, it's like you just
answers.
either go to
Yeah, of
Walmart
course.
or just buy it online. I guess the way you did it. It's like it's a very low cost investment. That's probably the only reason I'm just keep going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
So-
art, I agree with Matthew Fowler, is the only redeeming thing that I can tell.
It's for, kids. Yeah, kids. Adults have trouble understanding what's going on. I like to meet the kid that really likes this because he's probably going to be a genius.
Yeah, a kid's not going to know what the fuck is going on in this book.
This book was written for Nasser.
Maybe, but I don't think Nasser doesn't have enough knowledge of prior literature to understand it either.
There's hardly any women running around in mansions being chased by something. That happens a bit in issue 2.
I mean,
It's
issue
very
2 he might like because there's a girl cleaning a latrine and then a ghost just appears. So I think that part he would like.
Inexplicably, yeah. So, yeah.
I just think he's the only one capable of weaving a coherent story thread in this.
Mitchell says he has the first issue and he says he's going to wait until it gets rolling a bit. Well, I mean, I assume we'll come back to this and we can tell you if it starts to make sense.
Yeah, at the moment it's just all over the place. I almost feel like this is like Berserker, but just so much worse. Like how we keep recommending to grab a trade of Berserker and not read it issue by issue. If I was grabbing these floppies off a shelf and I didn't, and I wasn't really invested, I probably would have ditched it after the second one. So it's just, you're just like, what the fuck is going on? I don't want to read this. Like, it's not a, it's just horrible to read it in a month. Well, it's not even monthly. What is it? Every 3 months he releases like one of these. So it's even worse.
I don't even remember buying the third issue. It's so long ago. I don't know when the fourth is. They're previewing some of the other fourths, so I assume the fourth is forthcoming, maybe in the next month, but I don't know.
Yeah, my issue 3 says copyright 2020. I don't remember buying it in 2020. Maybe I did, but
I think it was a little early 2021 because this third book I think was delayed quite a bit because of reasons.
Well, on the Allegiance Art website, they have like a, I guess like an investor's sort of statement, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure The Futurist was their lowest selling book. So Red Rooster, I think Nora Saga was actually the highest selling, or maybe Bass Reeves, one of the two.
Oh, Bass Reeves.
But The Futurist was the lowest selling book.
Which is a shame because given the story concept, The Futurist is the one, this is going to be the best one.
Yeah. When Mitch used to talk about The Futurist with Patrick Stiles on his show back when he was like, still crowdfunding Red Rooster, like I have to admit, like I when he used to talk about the world of The Futurist and the concept, it caught my attention really quick. Like it was something that I'd be really interested in.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Same
think?
here.
What do you think, Matt?
Yeah. I mean this was what was it? Late 2019 when he launched Allegiance Arts, and already then I think wasn't that the beginning of the end? That was like
because he was getting upset at people saying, "Hey, where's Red Rooster? Why is it late?" And the Allegiance Arts did pretty poorly. I think it didn't even clear 40K or something. That was pretty disappointing at the time. I mean, Red Rooster is almost 200K, so it was a shame.
The fact that he came out with this and then had a lot of other interesting stuff, and Nora Saga,
I will say I think Nora Saga is probably the best of them right now, even though it's really a book for girls, but it's got a clear
story. At least it's a pro writer.
Well, do we want to give final scores?
Well, we should talk about the production quality first.
No,
I have the crowdfunded edition. It's the Founders Edition, I think. I think it's slightly better quality than what you'd get in Walmart.
I would say it's much better. But
yeah. I mean, it looks good.
I mean, the Walmart is like mildly better than a Marvel comic, but that's it. That's the quality you get. It's pretty disposable. I mean, they're charging $5 for it, so that's like a premium price, but it's not really premium.
Yeah,
I guess there's no ads throughout, so that's why it's a little more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but because there's no Walmarts in Australia, I had to get issue 2 and 3 on the Allegiance Arts website, which is $5 for a PDF. Which, I mean, that's again, it's more expensive than most comics that are on Comixology. I mean, sometimes
pretty expensive.
Yeah, pretty expensive for.
I would definitely not recommend buying Bass Reeves for $5.
Oh.
That's a shame. It's the same price as the physical book is. You can get it for $4.98.
I wonder what their digital sales are, if they've said anything about that.
Yeah. So you guys didn't think that the rough, it's like thick newsprint paper was a nice touch for something like this?
I mean, it's fine. It gets the colors, and it's not like it's bad, but it's nothing special.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the pages are thicker. It's not like the very thin Marvel stuff, but It's just when you have like the crowdfunded one, that one's nice, and like
It is.
the matte finishes and all that. It's like I wish I had all the books like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough to start out so well and just kind of.
It's like once you know what you're missing, you really know what you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
James Hayes says, from what you have shown, it looks like an art book. That's because there's an excuse to lay down panels, but it fails to present a coherent story. As such, it's a fail.
Well, no, because an art book, each panel would not tell the story. It's like the panels tell the story. There's not a problem with them, like sequential art in that sense, but the story is very convoluted. Like individual scenes make sense, but then there'll be an element in a scene you don't understand, and it won't be explained in other scenes. So you're like, oh, did this matter, or is it just something that happened and will never happen again?
Yeah, it's all over the place, and it's a shame because like it's a really great concept, and it was something that hooked my interest. I was more interested in the Futurists than Red Rooster when Mitch used to talk about it. I thought it was an original idea, had a foreign, exotic, great setting, and then he chucked in the fantastical and steampunk element. I just thought this sounds freaking great.
Yeah, I mean, it's still interesting. The character designs are great, but at the moment, it's very confusing.
Yeah. Why don't you ask Matt what drew him into the Futurists? Well, Red, you're not being a very good host tonight.
I'm confused. I feel like I hit my head. But Matt, what drew you into the Futurists?
Yeah, I mean, very similar. I think it's been established. Smug Pug and I have very similar tastes in comics, and this kind of rung all the bells, I think, in terms of the pitch and just seeing the concept art over like a year or so from early Mitch. And but the tough thing is that, Mitch doesn't draw it. He doesn't write it. I think him and his friend here I think we settled behind before we started. We don't know anything about Patrick Stiles. So it's we've got this incredible artist, at this point, Mitch has 200K under his belt for one comic he hasn't put out much for. So he's feeling pretty high, and he finds absolutely the best artist he can find for this incredible story. And he gives this artist over to his friend, and the artist has to struggle to tell, and does a really great job. Butch does, and a lot of the colorists, particularly Betty, they do a really good job trying to make sense of a probably less than professional script, I think, but with a lot of promising elements in it. A lot of promising elements. It just
and the elements are probably because of Mitch, I'm guessing. It's like this probably should have been written by Mitch, and then it would probably make more sense.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, like Mitch and Patrick Stiles were old college friends, and I think this is an idea they probably cooked up together. So I'm guessing Patrick Stiles contributed a lot to the story, and I guess Mitch kind of had to have him on the book. Otherwise, maybe it might open him up to like.
Who should have really written this? Probably Chuck Dixon.
Yeah.
That probably would have solved the problems. Yeah. Because he knows the military stuff. So.
Well, Mike Barron's the writer on his new book, The Saints. Even Mike Barron, I think.
Yeah, Mike Barron probably would work. I'm glad he's got a professional writer on that book. That might help save it.
Yeah, which we get a preview of at the end of issue 3.
And it does that actually looks like something like a young teen might actually care about to read. This premise of the Saints. It's kind of like Da Vinci Code, but with military stuff, I guess.
I thought it's almost bizarrely it's like he's just redoing. It's like a soft reboot of the Futurists.
That could be, yeah. Especially that Anubis that they find.
Yeah. You find a giant sculpture in a mountain again. The soldiers do, and then something bad happens, and then
you got the religious people saying, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Well, we haven't
But-
given scores for the Futurist yet. Before talking about a soft reboot, I guess. So.
Okay, give scores.
You're
People that
just
give
trying to
scores.
hurry. You're trying to hurry us along, aren't you? Well read.
I'm trying to get past this. This is. I mean, okay. I'm gonna
tough,
shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut up.
You're confused, but that's only natural. Just go with it.
That's my natural state. Absolutely. Smeek, would you like to give us a score?
Yeah, sure. So, like I said, I liked the idea of the Futurists. I was drawn in immediately. Foreign exotic lands, magic, fantasy, adventure, swashbuckling, with a promised steampunk element. I think it's been very poorly executed to its own detriment. The time skips all over the place, are confusing as hell. There's so much going on in each book, but at the same time, you get so little. It's really like a paradox.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you go, Moonshine.
It's kind of like so little as in the Berserker, but Berserker just is nowhere near as confusing.
Yeah, exactly. If Berserker's the perfect comparison for me to this book. Like I keep telling people that, if you're going to read Berserker, grab the trade, and I would probably suggest the same thing for the Futurists, just because while you're waiting for the story to continue monthly for Berserker, it's like 3 or 4 or 6 months for the Futurists. So this story is just it's bogged down.
It's really like Berserker on steroids. It has time skips galore. Berserker has just kind of back and forth. It's got slow pace. And the timing of the issues is like 3 times as long. It's like it's just Berserker, but extreme Berserker.
Yeah, the art by Butch is it's great. As Matt has pointed out, I actually love the art in the book. And other than the obnoxious zipper tone, the coloring's great too. The backgrounds all look good, like in India. The background art, especially, I think. Some of the faces, obviously, hit and miss. I feel like the first issue was the strongest, and I enjoyed the most. The first half of it with the seance was okay, but the excavation stuff, with the redcoats shooting the Indians, I thought that was really interesting, and I really dug that. I'd give the first issue a 6. I'd give the second issue a 5, and then I'd give the third issue a 5.5. So it's barely a recommend. Still pretty much 50-50. If you're interested in this sort of stuff, check it out. But otherwise, I'd just wait for a trade or, try and read it in bulk, because the thing is confusing as fuck.
You're
So
being overly
5.5 for the entire run so far.
being overly generous when you're claiming that there is a story here, from what I can tell. But
Well, there is a story here. It's just really freaking confusing.
Yeah, and it's still just a piece of a story. You can't sink your teeth into much of a plot.
would you like to
Issues.
go next, Matt? Are you a fan of scores?
Yeah, I typically, I would say, if you're there for the art, you can go 7 plus, including coloring, and if you're there for plot, you're gonna struggle to give it a 5, frankly. So it just depends on how you approach it, and like the other guys, I'm gonna probably keep buying it just because it's just it's still strange enough, and still surprising enough, and more than anything, it does believe in itself. I don't know what it believes in, but I can tell that it is clear that this is a passion project. I'm just not sure. I don't know what's happening, but no one's phoning it in, I guess. And that would mean, if I could tell from the art to the story that people were phoning it in, then I'd give a lower review. But because it has heart and it's trying hard, it's trying really hard, and I'm assuming it's going to keep being published for a bit longer, and we're going to keep getting surprises. That, yeah, I'd say somewhere between 7 and 5, depending on what you want.
Did you feel some issues were better executed than others? or is the quality fairly consistent over all three?
See, once Moonshine pointed out the zipatone, and I was noticing a lot of harsh shadows on kids, making them look older than they were in issue 2. That kind of made me. I don't know. No, but issue 2 also has like the one named Indian man who's like chopping off people's hands. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite. They're all pretty strange. They're all on equal levels of strange and surprise.
I will say they're probably equally uneven. There's a lot of strength and weakness in every single issue.
Yeah. We didn't get Butch inking for an entire issue. We got several colorists for every issue, at least or more than one, and that's a challenge. So you're looking through the inks a lot of times to see Butch's art, and I don't know. I'm probably gonna like half of the next issue that comes out in 6 months.
It feels like a hackneyed effort. I mean, I'm hearing what all of you are saying, that there's quality aspects to it, but in terms of managing this project, it seems like it's being thrown together. That's my impression. But
Well, there's something underneath it, and it's hard to describe. Like I agree with Matt, and I am going to keep picking up the Futurists, just because I want to see where the story goes. Like I'm invested in enough that I want to see where it goes. I'm just hoping that, I guess they just need more time, maybe, and I just hope they structure it a bit better. I hope these time skips stop, and these shoving so much into a single issue. Like I think it would make a lot more sense in a trade paperback once it's completed, and maybe it might just be a rough start for these guys.
I will say, I'll move on to my final thoughts since I don't scores. I will say something positive, even though I hate saying positive things. It is confusing, but also I can never predict where the story is going to go, and that's refreshing, because some of these stories are so formulaic. It's like I don't even need to read it because I know what's going to happen. It's like, I can do this better than you can. In this case, I have no idea what's going to happen issue to issue, scene to scene, and that makes it interesting. That makes it a lot more interesting than many other things we have read.
Mm-hmm.
James Hayes says, you make it sound as if Allegiance Arts is inconsistent as a company across all of its products, and that's a potential issue. You make it sound like they are throwing it together just to get it done.
I would say issue 2 of both this and Red Rooster definitely felt like they were thrown together. I wouldn't say they always feel that way. Issue 3, I think, was pretty solid, but issue 2 definitely had its problems, especially in the art.
Yeah, so James Hayes, if you haven't checked out Nora's Saga to see how Blake Northcott does an Allegiance art title, you should check it out, because it does feel, even if it's not, if you're not the target demographic, you can tell the difference between someone who now works for regularly for DC. And,
well, I think
someone who isn't a professional.
I think like I gave Red Rooster I think it was a 7 out of 10, but wouldn't back again just due to the drama. And from the review of Nora Saga, it sounds like that's a pretty competent book too. I'm not sure how Bass Reeves is. I don't know if any of you guys have read Bass Reeves to compare against these other books.
Bass Reeves is maybe competent, but it's incredibly boring thus far.
Yeah, I never checked it out.
So we can skip the Bass Reeves review then?
Yes, I would rather not review Bass Reeves.
Well, okay.
Moonshine, did you want to give us your final thoughts?
I did.
Okay, there's nothing
I
else
gave
you
a
wanted to
positive
add?
final thoughts. I think I've said everything else that's
didn't want to
negative about it. I don't need to say it again.
Okay.
Well, we could talk about another historical alternative fiction book. It's on Indiegogo right now.
Yes, it's called Wild Tales of Kiri 1 and 2. So
Oh
nice
my God.
segue.
Oh, you guys.
This is Matsy's current crowdfund. It's on Indiegogo, you will notice, not Kickstarter. So
That's true.
I will say from the mainline series, I wasn't confused. I might not have understood everything because there's lots of historical references, but I was not confused by this series.
And I will say, if you've got a historical itch to scratch and you're not impressed with the Futurists, I would strongly recommend Kire. I loved those first 2 volumes that I've read, so I'm looking forward to it.
And
Thanks,
that
guys.
puzzle box looks like it'll be fun. The cryptic code you're putting in there.
Oh, and only one left. So people better jump on this.
One left. $49. Not even 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put in the final order for the printing of those, so I can't add more to the list. So if you like, if you want to see time jumps, and you want to see them done, well, I think that's kind of what we're doing with Wild Tales.
What do you think about
universe.
Mitchell's comment?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jesse White draws outstanding mustaches.
Yeah, so Jesse's my Butch Geese. He's like a high adventure artist. He's the guy that drew Deus Vult.
Yeah, that was very well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I colored his art for that, and I just really liked doing that, and we just wanted to figure out a way to continue to work together. So I hired him for this for a 12-pager with pith helmet, British folk in Afghanistan. Interestingly enough,
that's very near another country.
Yeah, right as it's beginning to collapse in the Second Anglo-Afghan War. So.
Oh, Afghanistan. That's very, very topical.
Yeah, it's called the Kandahar Crisis, if you can believe it. And
you're getting some praise from Jack.
No, thanks, Jack. Yeah.
Man.
He's a bro.
And you can grab 2 PDFs, and they are far cheaper than the Allegiance Arts PDFs.
Yep, that would be at least $10, and I assume there's more than 20 pages in each of these. So,
yeah, we're up to almost 70.
Oh wow! So that's a much better deal than Allegiance Arts.
Mm-hmm.
That cover looks great. Who did this?
That's a Matt Cawson.
The other Matt C.
Oh yeah.
The original Matt C.
Okay, the original Matt C. He's on Mike's draw stream sometimes, right?
Yes.
Mike Miller.
Drawn and quartered.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So we did something together.
That's great. Great layout. Art's
great.
I
told him do something like Metal Gear Solid, like a Snake Eater cover. So.
And if you go down just a touch further, well read, you'll notice there's Kire graphic novels 1 and 2. Several weeks ago, we reviewed Kire, and I think it's like, I don't know, like Wooster and I rarely agree on books. I mean, other than Xenotype, I think, but we both agreed that Kire is excellent.
Yeah, but at least when I disagree with you, I understand why you like something, unlike someone else.
Okay, we're talking about the 499 review now.
Please do not insult Matsy that way. He's our guest.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't mean that.
Dark Gift Comics asks that you refresh the page.
Oh. Did someone get your last box?
Let's find out. So.
Oh.
And
I keep adding it.
It's gone.
That's it.
I kept adding one more because of Dark Gift.
This was the Dark Gift box. It's like, because I think he said he wanted to get it many times. I think.
Yeah, and then I understand.
So he finally got it. Well, that's good because he actually wanted that.
Great. Looking forward to getting that your way, Dark Gift.
I think I saw you tweeting about this character as well. This is a new Russian general you're introducing. It's got some sinister plans.
Yeah, he's this is Major Gromoff, and I'm probably saying that wrong, but he is working in Korea during the Russian and Japanese War of 1904. And the Russian war is going disastrously. Japan is routing the Russians, and the Russians are getting out on the last train out of Korea. And this Major Gromoff is pretty pleased with the scenario because he's kind of orchestrated a situation underneath the war, underneath the knowledge of the Russian government. He's kind of figured out how to get something very valuable out of Japan and back to St. Petersburg, which yeah, so and it's going to involve ancient Japanese witches, a dragon, and a kind of a traipsing across time with some pretty fun, fantastical, supernatural adventures and treasure. So
we missed out because Dark Gift back, but Matthew Fowler says Carlson is drawing modded with Narwhal.
yeah,
That's a book we didn't discuss with Narwhal. I think it's got an interesting premise. It's again aliens, but they like challenge humanity to games, and their last game I think is like Nerf guns. And so there's like this Nerf gun team that has to beat these aliens with their modded Nerf guns. I think that's the premise of it. But maybe if Narwhal ever comes back, we can ask him about it.
yeah, it looks good. Yeah, Carlson's he's like a quieter dude, you know. Mm-hmm. He's not jumping on a lot of streams other than Drawn and Quartered, but he's just a really quality artist. So
yeah.
And we've got Fresher Luke. You've seen him around.
Mm-hmm.
So he does this Chariot story. Jesse White on the Kandahar story. So I'm updating. If you guys just want to see anyone who's already backed and just wants to see how things go, like I pretty much every day I get a page finished colored. I'm coloring all these issues, both issues. So you can just check. I'll take a page down and then put a page up. So I'm not spoiling anything, but you can kind of watch progress. And we're going to be printing in September. Hopefully files done by mid-September. So it's going to be pretty soon.
So getting there, yep.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel wants us to have Matt Cousin on instead. Well, maybe we could have them both when they launch their book. I don't know. Or is he Matt Cousin? Is that somebody?
Matt. Yeah.
It wasn't just a misspelling. That's somebody.
Well, it's about family, so he's talking about cousins. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, it looks exciting.
Thanks. Yep. It's just adventure stories, and it does tie. You don't have to read Kyrie to understand what's going on in Wild Tales. You don't have to read Wild Tales to understand what's going on in Kyrie, but it's the same universe. And whereas in the Kyrie books that I draw, and these are the covers that I've also drawn, that's kind of my style.
Wait, there's actually a native in this comic.
Yep. Some Punjab Lancers do some cool stuff, and they're trying to find the diamond nose of Ahmad Durrani.
Any Scottish auxiliaries? So.
I do have a Sean Connery lookalike as a British soldier. So
Isaac says that's an interesting looking dagger. Was that above? We were seeing a dagger somewhere. Right there.
Yep. That's the dragon dagger that's going to help summon the witch's dragon. So you'll see that. And hopefully it's pretty clear. I do some time jumps, but we're tracking something. And we're going to do, so this is Wild Tales 1 and 2. There's going to be a 3 and 4, and I'll put them out in the same campaign, so it's easy. and I'm gonna lift you up with some stuff, and then I'll set you down by the end of this arc, and then maybe we can do a trade paperback or something down the
I
road.
hope there's no time skips though. Those are getting confusing for me.
Yeah, every story is its own.
Great.
Yeah.
I like self-contained stories. That's nice.
Yeah. They're tough to write, but I think they're pretty satisfying because you can't put on any fat on those sort of stories,
Yeah, I mean it's fun to read short stories from time to time, like in the literature analogy to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you gotta just tell the story. You can't waste your time on setup as much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which we had a lot of setup in this thing that we reviewed tonight. I think we're still in setup. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Well, thanks for showing off Wild Tales for me. You didn't have to do that. I never expect it.
Well, you're a guest, so we're happy to, of course. Thank you very much for joining us for the review. Unfortunately, it was about the Futurists, but it was still great to have you.
Well, Matt was the one who wanted to review the Futurists.
I wanted to review the Futurists too.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It is enjoyable to review it at least. The reading was mixed, but it's interesting to talk about with other people. Like I didn't even think about that skull until Smug Pug mentioned it. So
yeah, and it's good to contrast it with Red Rooster and Nora's Saga, so that people can tell. There's a big range going on in Allegiance arts. It's not if we have critiques, it's not the same thing, across the board. Except that maybe there's a mess.
Well, based on everything discussed, Red Rooster seemed like the most interesting book to me. Anyway, so
I mean, I was more positive on it than Smug Pug, but I think now it should be better. They got rid of the end of the story, which is really the beginning of a new story. So now you can get to the meat of something, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And that one at least seemed to be telling a coherent story.
Yeah, it had the arc closed at the end of the 3 issues, so that was nice.
Right.
I just shared a link in the private chat, well read, and it should link to a PDF statement on the Allegiance Arts website. And I was right. So Nora's Saga is the best-selling Allegiance Art book, followed by Bass Reeves, then Red Rooster, with the Futurists in the last place.
Ooh, that's kind of embarrassing for Mitch.
Yeah, so it says, despite the prior success of Red Rooster and the established 10-year fan following of the Futurists, exited out, U.S. Marshal Bass Reeves outsells both by 11% and 31%, respectively. Only Nora's Saga outsells Bass Reeves by another 11%.
So I think that means Nora's Saga is probably just an unmitigated success.
Well, our review of Nora's Saga, like I wasn't really expecting it to do very well, if I'm being honest, but I think it's got over like 600 views and just keeps climbing. So maybe it's like Allegiance people like looking up what people are saying about it.
It does help to have Matt, who actually can tell us things about art rather than us just fumbling around talking about it.
Oh, well, it's also the only kids comic, right? And it's being sold in Walmart. So
yeah, that one actually is what it purports to be. It's a kids comic, or at least in I don't know, older kids comic, but still definitely based for like a 12-year-old girl, I would say, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Am I contributing to the Bill Cosby hate with that review, since I appeared as Bill Cosby when I reviewed it?
Yes.
Actually,
maybe that's why everyone's watching it.
I meant to mention it sooner, but did you notice that Bill Cosby was released from prison, well read? So that's why he may have been so smug during that review.
There you go. Vin Diesel is happy that Bass Reeves was officially endorsed by someone, apparently by the backers of the comics. or the buyers of the comics. I keep saying backers.
Yeah, and Richard Cahill says 10-year fan following. Mitch is such a deluded bullshitter.
Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
I know he was posting and talking about it on Instagram. I think that's where like a lot of that following came from.
Can you scroll up a little, because that looks interesting. Huh.
Scroll down.
Well, yeah, but move it up. Yeah, that's interesting where it sells. I mean, it's mostly population centers, but
That is interesting.
Very East Coast centered story.
yes, I'm not surprised to see where I live. There's like no color whatsoever. That's why it's so friggin' hard to find.
So you're somewhere here.
Yeah, I live right next to Testify. Yeah.
Yep. Yes. And his audience growth, 55% new audience.
How do they even know that?
What defines a new audience member?
They're estimating somehow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Matthew Fowler says he just backed. I assume he means Wild Tales of Kyrie, and not that he just went to Walmart.
Yeah. Did you find it in the electronics section or the kids' toys? Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it, buddy.
Are you
Yeah.
going to
You're now $50 away from 10K.
Oh,
Nice. That means you're ahead of Mika Curtis as Inglewood 2 still.
Yeah.
Which
It's
actually
always-
is not doing too poorly. It's just he set himself an incredibly high goal.
I think he's already extended, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
And I think it's
see.
fixed, so you might have to retool it and try again.
How is Micah Curtis doing? Let me check.
It's 9,000 exactly, I think.
Are you going to stick around? Oh, there's the additional backer. So thank you very much.
Oh, great.
Matthew Fowler.
Thanks.
That was great.
Let me,
$49 to 10K.
Take my hat off.
Are you going to stick around for the open mic part?
The drunks yelling at each other.
Yeah, I'll hang around for a few.
Okay.
To say hi to some people.
So we have Amit Reina. Please talk as soon as I let
Okay.
you in to make sure you're not a peen.
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Amit.
Amit, are
There he
you able
is.
to speak closer to your mic, Amit?
Not from the bathroom.
Can you hear me now?
Speakerphone as usual.
You're very soft.
Wait, hold on. Is it better now?
Much
Yes.
better.
Much better.
So, Amit, how did you feel about the setting in India for the
Yeah.
Futurists?
It's not really set that well. If you just put the Middle East in there, you wouldn't know the difference.
That's true.
Unqualified Comics has 3 nights, 4 days. Yeah, I would have liked to review that too, but no one else backed it, so.
Well, I mean, maybe Unqualified Comics can, after he does his review, he can come here and talk about it with you, Moonshine.
I
If
think
he
I
wants
downloaded
to.
the PDF. Was that the one that you recommended, Moonshine?
I don't think so. I think that's something else.
Okay.
I don't know if 3 nights, 4 days has a PDF.
That's the one with the medieval knights, right?
Yes. Coming
it's
back
Micah
from the
Curtis.
Crusades. And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
fight
yeah.
demons.
It's something about
Velnet is warning you, Amit. She says, check the butter in your fridge.
Yeah. I have Danish butter in my fridge. Apparently, it's the best in the world. I don't know. It was the most expensive I could find in the supermarket. That's how I buy my butter. I look at the most expensive one. I'm like, oh, I'll get that.
That's
one.
how I buy comic books.
Oh, you buy the most expensive one?
Yeah, they're $25.
Yeah.
Oh, I okay. Well,
$10.
So how have you been, Smug?
I'm good, Amit. How are you?
I'm excellent. I just wanted you to know that. Do you want to talk about our diplomatic operations, our outreach?
Oh, in Afghanistan?
our diplomatic outreach.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Why don't you bring it up?
Well, you
No,
know,
wait a minute. Isaac has a question. Indians consume butter?
yes, we do. We're not vegans, you know. There is a difference.
But like Hindi can consume butter?
Yes.
There's no religious restrictions on that. Does it have to be like goat butter or something?
No, nothing like that. We're
Moonshine,
not
you sound
weird.
incredibly racist right now.
No. Well, technically, Indians aren't technically a race.
Well, that's why I said Hindi.
What are Indians?
Well, they're a country, right? It would be like saying the
Americans.
Japanese. Yeah, Americans are. You know, Americans is not a race. Would be like Caucasian or
It's not even an
Something.
ethnicity. Yeah.
I stand
Wow.
by my original statement.
Matthew Fowler makes a good point.
Land O'Lakes is Indian butter.
Wrong type of Indians.
Feathers, not dots.
Exactly.
well, you know.
So
So
before Moonshine rudely interrupted you, Amit.
yes, I was going to say, well read. Did you finally understand the motivations of the characters in both of the books, or did it take you some time this time also?
I don't think these characters were motivated by anything.
Just like 499.
Well, no. 499, they were motivated. They
I
wanted
was
to-
motivated to burn the book.
499 did have
Right.
motivation.
So, yeah. As you were saying about the Indian thing.
Oh, it sounds like a truck just ran over Amit.
I think he's up in the air. He just took off.
No,
Except the
it
dry
sounds like,
cleaners.
sounds like
He's talking about what Indians are. I'm kind of interested, but he's in a wind tunnel.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, there we go.
Headset.
No, I'm walking, so maybe because of my phone's in my pocket, that's why.
your phone is in your pocket
Yeah.
and we can
it's-
hear you.
Yeah, it's a good speakerphone, but sometimes
Great.
it cuts out.
I hope it's your front pocket, not the back ones.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if I fart, you'll hear it.
Thank you, Amit Rayner.
Yeah. Everybody wants
Great
hear
to
it.
have you
What's-
here. We can't wait
But,
to get
back-
on again.
Yeah,
What's
back
this-
to the Indian setting. Yeah, it's not really Indian. It's more Arabic. That's what I found from the whole, at least the pages you gave out. And the people look a lot more Middle Eastern than they look Indian.
I thought they looked British.
Well, that kind of makes sense, right? If the characters are British.
Yeah, I didn't really see anyone but British and Scotsmen.
I don't
I think
know.
the
What about
the Aladdin character, like, I know we didn't really focus on him too much just because
How do you pronounce this? Harjik? How?
Yeah. Harij.
It's a Muslim name.
Amit's
Northern
gone
India.
Amit's gone back into
Amit
the
is
sewers.
a member of the Futurists. He's doing time
Mm.
jumps right now.
It looks another member, Risey Lee, is in the chat. What future is he in?
I think he understands my importance to this stream. If I'm not here, you know, people feel sad.
I'm glad we helped you out, Vin Diesel. We try to serve everyone. Highlight that. There you go.
I watch these shows and I never want to back anything after.
That's
our
our goal. That's what Smeek
Yeah.
Pig and I are trying to do.
And a
We've-
few comics survive.
Yeah, we've reviewed some books positively.
Xenotype.
Xenotype,
7 out
Kirei.
of 10.
You guys
Yeah.
broke up Odie and Liam. What do you mean?
Well,
Oh,
we-
now,
You
I don't know.
completely
About
That
destroyed
makes,
that book.
of course we did. We wanted to make the book more valuable as a single item. See? Yeah. We want to sell our books for the highest price possible.
I just wanted to ask people, do you think Liam's mailbox is fine?
Amit, did you fall down a laundry chute?
Maybe Amit's with Liam's mailbox.
Yeah,
Well,
I think Liam's mailbox should be fixed by now.
So I guess that's one of the topics we can talk about, and because I didn't really prepare any.
Unqualified Comics has a comment, and
Jeez.
I would
Did you-
definitely
did you
take.
not interrupt anybody, Moonshine. I actually have Inglewood in 3 nights and 4 days. So if you guys want to Micah stream, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, I think I've suggested to you before, well, you should reach out to Unqualified Comics. I don't think he has a Twitter, so you might have to, I don't know, look for an email or something.
Okay.
Unqualified Comics, leave a comment at the end of the stream. So
God damn it, Amit, no one can hear what you're freaking saying.
leave a comment at the end of this stream. So
Amit, did you jump off a building and your phone is following
Hold on.
behind you?
You know what?
as you're doing it?
I'll put on some headphones.
Yeah,
for you.
put your mouth closer to your butt. That way we can
Yeah.
hear.
Anyway,
No one wants to hear. No one wants to do or hear a stream about Micah Curtis.
there's been a lot of streams about Micah Curtis lately, and his Discord.
I'd like I know a lot about Micah Curtis thanks to these sort of streams, but I don't know anything about his comics, and I think it'd be kind of interesting to actually do that deep dive.
Well, I mean, if he gets funded, I guess I could, because I think Moonshine's wanted to review Englewood before, but I guess I can grab the PDF tier of that, and maybe we can talk about Englewood.
I mean, I don't really
Maybe.
care too much about Englewood, but we could do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Dark Gift. And Dark Gift is not talking. Okay.
Well, someone mentioned, Amit brought up a topic, which was Liam's mailbox. Now, did you guys see that video? I guess we can touch upon that. It's
Oh, yeah.
hot news.
Is it really? Somebody broke his mailbox?
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody. I just think, like, I don't know, I think he's jumping to conclusions, trying to associate it with CG. I think it's more likely that, I mean, because, like, New South Wales, the state that Liam and I both live in, it's locked down right now. So the idea that, you know, people are going out to, you know, smash up Liam's mailbox due to Comicsgate reasons, I don't know. I just think it's a bit of a stretch.
No.
And I would just like to say I live over 8 hours away from Liam, so it wasn't me. Please, no bully.
I know it's Dark Gift because I can hear the chair.
Yeah, sorry about that. My mic.
Oh, there he is.
My mic was off. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I feel like, Vicky. I know, like, Liam has, like, several, I think, children. His partner has several children. I'd say it's probably, like, maybe, like, some other kids from the school that maybe they're not getting along with. Kids get up to mischief like that in Australia, egging houses and pushing over mailboxes, stuff like that.
Max Santiago wants to know if Xenotype is any good. What would you say to that, Sneak Geek?
7 out of 10 would back again in a heartbeat. It was the surprise breakout hit for me, Xenotype. I expected it to be horrible, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Is the diplomatic mission that you and Amit are on for Liam?
No, it was for Piper.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's an inside joke from my server. We were going to send a diplomatic delegation to Piper's Discord server offering peace, but unfortunately the delegation fell apart.
Well, Amit
That's-
was leading it, so.
That's
No,
a fun
Amit was-
idea, a peace raid. That's it's an unusual thing to do.
Yeah, no, it was actually Distant Warrior, Morg, and Ishra. They were the team, but it fell apart. We don't need to
Recipe
talk
for
about it.
success.
Apparently not. Didn't last an hour.
Parvo dogs building rooms, kids with needles in their arms. That is Liam Gray.
I think you might have sold Liam a book, Smug Pug.
I hope so. You can check out Wonder Island, Max, if you want a taste of Liam Gray. Because I think Xenotype, other than a copy for $200 on eBay, I don't think you can get that book anymore.
Yeah, the problem with Wonder Island is probably very different than Xenotype, so it's definitely more based for kids.
We
Yeah.
can take a quick look at it. We won't Michael Bancroft Liam here. We want his success.
Yeah,
So-
well, he's recently crossed over $6,000, which means the page count doubled from 24 to 48, which I'm kind of relieved about, because otherwise you'd be paying $25 for a 24-page book. So, Yeah,
And
Moonshine
that's-
and I have both backed this. We'll probably do a review once it comes out.
I'm hoping
Didn't-
either that it's great or it's horrible.
Did anybody figure out if like those tiers like that read confusingly?
Why don't you explain what was confusing?
The ones where it said something like you get X, Y, and Z, and then any of the stretch goals if we hit them. But then when it lists what you get, it kind of makes it seem like you get everything. It was weird.
Oh, I think you don't get them unless you get the stretch goals, but that's probably a question you should ask Liam.
Yeah, well, I meant to, but we haven't synced up to get him on the show.
You're not
I've-
blocked by him. He'll actually talk to you.
Yeah, he was supposed to come on and promote, and then he missed when I said this is the day and time that I'm free. Does that work for you? He missed that DM and got back to me like on that day, and at that point I was like, well, I didn't hear from you. I'm not at home now, so I was like, we'll figure it out another
flaked
time.
out.
I didn't flake out. I sent him a DM. He didn't answer for a week. What do you what do you want from me? You know. So
Are these the stretch goals you're referring to?
I think so. Vicky knows better.
Apparently, Vicky thinks you're stupid, so she can explain it to you.
Well, she was the one that we were having a conversation with, like while I was on a panel, I think here, and she was in the chat. So that's why I said I think she would probably know better.
Apparently, Mr. Dongs is accusing me of buyer gay ops, and then Vin Diesel is accusing me of being an unbuyer of crowd funds. I don't know what I've done to deserve these statements, guys.
I guess it should be pointed out that Matthew Fowler never got a Xenotype, though.
Ooh.
Neither did Earthmind, as far as I know. So yeah,
Or cider. Yeah.
or Side, or Stu, for that matter, as well.
Mm.
Although
Yeah.
Stu is a special case of maybe technically he got what he was supposed to, but Liam promised more and then reneged on it.
Yeah, I think Stu got 5 referrals, which meant he got the bronze edition or the Xenotype variant, but then he also backed the bronze edition, and when that tier was taken away, they were supposed to be able to choose a silver or gold replacement, and I guess that's what he never got.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was promised. Something more was promised, and he did not get it. One way or another, he didn't get what he was supposed to get.
Right.
But that might just be because of incompetence. The other cases are probably because Liam refused to send them, would be my guess, but who knows.
There are only 3 perks that you will get without the stretch goals being met: the book, the medallion, and the coasters. So a lot of the perks that you're paying for are dependent on stretch goals. And if those aren't met, then you're paying for things that you will never receive.
I don't know. I really don't give a damn about coasters or prints or cards or stretch goals. I'm just interested in the book.
So
Right,
so he's got, so it looks like 6K, 10K, maybe something above that gets you more pages to the book.
Yeah,
right?
10K, 6K got doubled it, and then 10K will add another 30-some pages.
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
26, 24.
Yeah. So it went from 24 to 48 to 72. So it'll be 3 issues. I honestly hope Liam does hit the 10K amount. I'd like to get the full arc of the first story.
Now that he's above 6,000, it's certainly feasible that he'll get the 10K eventually. But
Yeah.
But I think
Demented, go ahead.
He wants to close out soon, doesn't he? He mentioned that.
Well, I think it's going to stay in demand. So who knows? And he's got another month, or at least it's in its second month now.
25 days or something.
Demented wants to know, did he miss the rest of the review? You tell us,
Yes.
Demented. I don't think we're talking about the Futurists any longer, but I could be wrong. I'm confused enough to not know what reality is anymore.
Did you back the Futurist, Dark Gift?
No, I missed that campaign, that Allegiance Art campaign.
You don't want to go to Walmart and pick them up?
There's really not a Walmart close to me. Ironically enough, there's the closest one is maybe 20 minutes away, so it's not that far. But I don't go there very often because there's like a Target and everything else closer. So
Mm.
yeah.
I didn't think there was
Like
a place in America where there wasn't a Walmart within driving distance.
Big
No, I
city.
mean, yeah, I could drive. You know, I could drive there, but like it's a pain in the ass to drive there because it's just like 100 traffic lights and you got to cross over like this huge highway at one point, and it's just like to make a U-turn, and it's a shitty U-turn, and it's like all for a comic book. Nah, I'm good. You know, like I'm good.
You just want to back a book and get it 2 years later. Easy.
I didn't have to go for it. It came to me. So either way, you know, it's still way better. That was sarcasm.
I thought it was what you actually felt. I thought it was kind of like, you know, a hippie stoner. Like, it'll come to me eventually.
It's got half sarcasm.
Yeah, like Chicago, I don't think there's any Walmarts in Chicago. New York City, I don't think has any Walmarts.
Well, Testify says there's some areas in Southern California that keeps them out because of the union presence. Interesting.
Well, I mean, it's, unions and just leftist politics in general.
I didn't realize that they had the power to do that.
We have Twitless in the chat, and he says, I live 30 minutes from Walmart. And then I asked Twitless if he read The Futurists, because I know he's read Red Rooster.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Did he do a review of Red Rooster? I think it's up on his channel.
Yeah, he reviewed Red Rooster, and then he came on to talk about it after our review.
Well, there's a good reason why you wouldn't want a Walmart near you. There's some interesting things that happen there. So I could share a few images for maybe some of our international friends who don't know about Walmart.
Walmart's reputation precedes it. We're aware of, who's that? No, pink shirt, well
the
read.
purple,
Pink shirt,
yeah.
Purple shirt. Wow. I wish there was a Walmart near me.
You have very interesting taste in shirts. Smug.
Yes.
Really? Okay. That's your type.
Oh,
See,
look at that plunger lady. Huh.
I'm more partial to this.
Wait, what the fuck?
I like a handle.
What's that one next to it? The one in white. What is going on there? Are they wearing?
Oh, you don't want to see that.
Are they wearing the underpants? What the?
Yeah,
This
it's
one?
Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on in the underpants? Have they shit themselves? What's that?
I'm sure it's just a fat roll.
It's laundry day.
Oh my god.
It's time to get some new clothes at Walmart.
Oh, Testify says that's a man and they're tucking.
Like this woman here.
Mm-hmm.
She's down to her last pair, and she needs to go to Walmart.
Wait, that brown's not a part of the color scheme of those shorts? Because that would be very poorly placed coloring.
I don't think so. Then there's always this.
God, do people do this deliberately? It's just like, let's just go to Walmart and, soil ourselves and wear our underpants and cardboard boxes. Is this like a thing?
I don't understand what that lady's doing at all. What is happening there?
She has
That's
a tail.
Tail. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a Witten.
I'm just wondering, is it tied on or is it inserted?
Leave it to your imagination.
Fucking hell.
I guess the lesson here is that Walmart will let anybody in through their front doors.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
gotta be disgusting.
Oh, that would stink. That would
Oh, man.
stink.
Yeah. You don't let dreads get that long, man.
It almost looks like he uses it to wipe.
Dude, you know what? That's probably like touched like bus seats and cab seats and every restaurant he's been in. And
Yeah, it's definitely accumulated some aroma over the years. Almost as bad as this one.
Fucking cousin it. What the hell?
holy shit.
That's gotta be a
That's
wig.
amazing.
You know, see the chick's got her phone in her hand behind her. You know she's recording her right now. She's like, I can't. She's like just trying to look nonchalant about it.
It's got a price tag on it, so maybe she was buying this at Walmart.
Is that a price tag?
I think so, yeah.
Is it like a rug and she's just got it rolled up and carrying it like on her head, like you know how Indians carry jugs on their heads, jugs of water?
I mean, it could just be on her shoulder.
It's layered, like a haircut.
Yeah, but it's definitely not a rug. I've never seen a rug like that before. Not even out of Walmart.
Yeah. Walmart is the place to see wild and exotic things. If you don't live near a zoo, you could always just go to your local Walmart.
Oh, it's crazy, dude.
So I guess instead of reviewing this Futurists, we should review people at Walmart.
I think so, yeah.
I'm thankful that the Walmart by me that doesn't have any of this. It's actually in like a very upscale area.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
I
Is it
kind of
because...
wish.
Oh, well, this is fascinating. Mm-hmm.
Double surprise. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
wait a minute.
What the fuck is going on? What is wrong with your country? How do
Yes.
people explain this?
You know what's funny? I've looked at I've checked out the website for laughs here and there. You know, so I'm like used to seeing this now, pictures of this now. So the first thing that goes through my mind is, well, at least she's got a bathing suit on, but he's wearing tighty whities.
I think he's wearing one of her bathing suits.
That could be it too. Yeah, she has no figure whatsoever.
Oh, I think as a child.
Yeah, well, Red, change the picture. This is
Fine. There you
oh,
go.
you know,
Now
no.
look at that employee. It has to be.
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
She is the perfect professional. She will do her job, rain, sleet, or snow.
Yeah. Oh, you're here shopping for jewelry. Might I recommend some pants?
That's quite the Brazilian you have there.
This is 9.5 sterling silver. This one is just plated.
All right, get rid of this, well, Red. Get rid of it.
Oh, well, this is...
Get rid of all of it.
Oh,
This is-
actually,
this is a
who's
good
this?
No,
Who's
no. Look at
this?
that face. No.
No.
No, she's actually.
No, yeah,
That's
no.
legit. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Right
Okay.
by the meat aisle.
I'm back to loving Walmart again.
Yeah.
It's like a
Getting
roll
some-
of a die, isn't it? I guess you can roll snake eyes or you can get a good 6.
Picking
Now,
up
yeah,
some
this is
nice
what you
pork
see-
chops for
This
her
is what you
husband.
see at my Walmart. I kind of wish there was like a raggedy one by me where I can go like have a laugh.
There you go.
The only difference is it's a woman who looks like that, but she's got like the Staten Island Jewish accent and like 4 kids running around behind her.
See, now that's just smart. What's wrong with that?
Matthew Fowler says he once saw a fat black dude dressed like Naruto at Walmart once. Fucking hell.
Now you have a fun Walmart. I'm gonna come hang out with you.
Why don't you do a Walmart stream sometime, Well Red? Gather all this crap up, put the link in the chat, and have people come in and talk about their Walmart experiences. There you go. There's an idea.
Sounds good. The back of her thighs suggest excellent cardiovascular health. Yes.
Yeah, she squats.
Smug, I have trouble believing that you guys don't have anything equivalent to this. I thought America and Australia are supposed to share a lot, including our love of rednecks and like trash
That's
culture.
Fucked up.
I mean, we
You
have,
gotta have something like this.
like rednecks in Australia are called bogans. Normally, if you're a bogan, like you're probably unemployed. If you're not unemployed, you work like maybe like a trade. You know, maybe like you're a plumber or an electrician or something, I guess. And you normally have a very like strong, thick accent. You smoke, you drink. Yeah, you get a bit rowdy at the pub. Maybe you smoke some cones.
Oh no! Look what she tattooed on herself.
See, I was gonna say
Oh.
I probably never disagree with the sentiment that any life matters, but after seeing her, I don't know if this is true anymore.
What the fuck? I hate white people now.
What is wrong with them?
She
gosh.
converted me.
Is that
They
even
were just-
tattooed?
Oh,
Or
is it like a
just right?
sticker?
Did she just write it on her arm? It looks like
Well, it is a
It looks a
little
little
dark.
sticky. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Gun lives
Temporary.
matter.
that could just be arm sweat.
That's true. Yeah.
Another Rosetta picture. Very true. You got some cracking, I think, coming from your end, Dark Gift. I don't know what. It comes and goes for some reason.
I'm having an issue with one of the water valves in my house. So every now and then, like, you'll just hear the pipe release the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, well read, who cares if the mics are cracking? Look what's on the fucking screen of this show.
It's Black Friday.
Oh no.
Is that a bin of watermelons? Holy shit.
That's what everybody's there for.
Fucking hell.
Sale on the seat. They were $4.88.
Disavow.
Now they're only $3.98.
Disavow. The views of Well Read do not represent the views of Matt C. Moonshine
What?
or
Watermelons
Dark
are on
Gift
sale. Aren't you excited?
Well, they are running past them. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably cheaper ones in the back.
Okay. Are we going to look at Walmart pictures?
Well, okay. What about people who are playing it safe at Walmart?
He's the smart one. That is smart. He knows where he's shopping. He's seen
And
the
this was
pictures.
3 years ago. This isn't because of COVID.
Wow.
No, it's not because of COVID. It's because he's shopping at Walmart. He's prepared. He knows.
He doesn't want to get
I mean,
watermelon
there's
seeds spat at
people
him.
in there without pants. I mean, you got to be prepared.
There you go. Oh, I don't want to show some of these.
Oh, don't show
Yeah.
those symbols. You'll get in trouble.
Yeah. That was a bit much.
Oh, look.
Oh, mother-daughter time.
Is she towing? Is she towing her?
We're doing some bonding at the Walmart.
What do they call that? Like when like a skateboarder does it? I forget what it's called. Where like they grab onto the back of a car.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Piggybacking.
I think there's another name for it, like that skaters actually use, and I forget what it's called. I'll look it up.
Oh, please do get us off Walmart. Oh, there's purple shirt again
No purple
Those are
hair.
donuts.
Yes.
and
And
pizza. Donuts and pizza pants. What the
And it's
fuck?
a guy.
This is
Sounds-
clearly an older picture of Kelsey Shannon.
Huh, maybe.
The beard and the glasses.
I wonder how the show went with, what's his name? David Keown, right?
Dale Keown.
Dale.
Skitching.
Sketching.
I don't know. I bet they're not looking at pictures of fucking weirdos from Walmart though.
It's content.
Oh look, Vin Diesel's and Matt Fowler got it too.
There you go. It gets pretty spicy at the Walmart.
Oh no!
Why would you
Like, it's-
even want to reach into that?
It's one thing when you just put your hand on their ass in public in general, but to actually stick it down and it's a skirt. You could even go in from the other end.
Oh, I was about to go make lunch, but I'm not hungry anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, but we need a palate cleanser. Well read. Please go back to purple top.
Purple top? Okay.
Purple top. She's right there. You can see.
There you go.
Ah, that's better.
Shocking.
They're clearly fake, though.
Yeah.
They gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Either
They're-
that, or she can't afford the $3.98 for the watermelons. She's smuggling two of them.
No, that's a good idea. Breaking news. Apparently, it's boring on the Jack Show.
Ah.
Well, it ain't too great here either, Robert.
We're looking at Walmart pictures. That's
Oh,
amazing.
no. Velned, really?
Ah.
Oh, what? They're watching Witten's videos on the Jack Show.
They're promoting Whitney to
Did he just
Dale
leave?
Keown.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
That got him to go.
there we go. Tonight on Well Read, we look at the all-star butter whales of Comicsgate. Well, and Testify wants to go see Witten videos.
Unfortunately,
Wow.
you probably don't want to go there, Testify.
Well, if we're truly done with the Walmart video pictures, I can.
Yeah,
I can
we're
click
done.
off. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna head out now. Give some room for someone else. Maybe Amit wants to come back.
Sure. Well, thanks for being here, Matsy. It was great to have you, and great job with the review.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Hope to show up again sometime.
Absolutely.
Say goodbye to Smug for me. I don't know where he went to. But...
You don't need to be polite to him.
That's how he exits the show. He just leaves.
He has no
See y'all
manners.
later. Yeah.
All right.
Later,
See you,
Matt.
Dark Gift. Bye.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a hidden gem in Comicsgate. Unlike Moonshine, who just lays around.
I am
Is
the
that true?
moon.
You are the moon. You shine for all of us. Whose channel is the Jack Show on right now? I don't know. I mean, I
know.
wasn't really tracking Twitter. Do you know?
Yes.
Who is it?
Not saying.
Oh, well. I don't mind sending the audience over there. If they prefer to watch Witten videos, that's totally up to them.
It's in the chat.
Okay. Oh, Anna. There we go. Yep. Well, I'm good to wrap things up early. I'm always anxious to get a little bit more sleep.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. So let's call it a night, and we'll leave everybody to their Witten videos.
Well, you guys have yourselves a good night.
All right. Have a good night, Darkia. Thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
On Sunday, we have Warts and All, and we are going to be interviewing Dan Fraga. So that's going to be a really good stream, and it's starting early. I believe we're starting at 8 o'clock. So everybody come check it out. It's definitely going to be one for the ages. We have some comments before we go. Matthew Fowler says later. James Hayes says goodbye. And Robert Shepard yells peace. So everybody, thank you very much for being here. Testy Cat.
Wait, where's the 3 more hours of you licking Malin's ass?
John Malin's not here tonight.
What?
Hey, Dean. It's been a while. Unless this is a peen. Okay.
Huh.
He's gotta talk when he comes in. You ready, Dean? 1, 2, 3.
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, sorry, I got the show playing in the background. Yeah, no, I just came on because I felt like you were ending just a little too early.
Why? You had Dark Rift on after. What did
Hey,
you
Reggie.
expect?
Hoi hoi.
That's a fair point.
I
just,
we could make these Walmart pictures hilarious. I've seen some shit here at the Vegas one.
I
What's
say
with the new
Walmart
picture,
pictures
Dane?
for 2 hours. 2 hours more Walmart pictures. Yes.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Okay.
Are you trying to
Or-
be that boomer guy from Twitch with this picture?
No, he's in a disguise. You can't see it?
Oh,
me?
well, no. There's there's this Twitch guy. He kind of like looks like he's got that mustache.
No,
And,
I'm being hunted by an audience.
Oh.
I'm an exile.
Oh,
Why don't we talk about the news at hand, Well Read?
What news is that?
Risey has lost all his women on that freaking, what is it, OnlyFans?
I don't use OnlyFans, you dipshit. I used to
he
use
uses mini
Chatterbait.
vids. He uses mini vids.
I have no clue which ones he used, but
No,
that
no,
one, I
no.
guess, really
Chatterbait
pisses
is
people
completely different from OnlyFans. What the fuck is this?
This is Testify.
off. Yep, that's me. That's
Oh
Really?
my
me.
god.
Yeah.
Alright, I definitely never want to have a beer with you.
The little yellow shorts give it away. right away.
You would. I'm not joking. I used to love going because here they're open 24 hours here in Vegas. You go in there around midnight to 2 a.m. You see some shit in there. These pictures are not doctored. These are all real. I've seen crap like this in Walmarts.
Oh yeah, I was just watching the stream while I was on a call on Facebook, and I seen you showing some girl that had a fucking tail butt plug in her fucking arm.
Let's look at that. Go to the purple shirt. Go to the purple shirt one. I think that's a man.
I don't think it's a man. I do think these are fake.
I don't know.
Okay, what if it's a man and they're not fake? What if it's both?
This is true.
It's Walmart.
Either way, they're gonna have bad back problems.
They do sell watermelons and cantaloupes in there too, so you never know.
You never know. Yeah.
Maybe she's nursing. Maybe she's nursing.
Oh yeah.
Well, why are these buttons not popping? I mean, the shirt is not.
I don't know, but good lord.
This isn't how anime works, you fucking dumb bitch.
If those are real, that girl's gonna have some serious back problems.
Yes. But then again, she could feed a village with those things, so.
This is true.
Yeah.
Risey could survive for the rest of his life off one.
Yeah, what fucking breast milk? No, I need alcohol.
He would only need to feed once a week.
Let's see. What else do you got? What the fuck is that?
We got another. Oh no, she has a leash. She got off.
I thought it was a vacuum hose. I couldn't tell by the way it was zoomed out.
Fuck. She was actually a kid that got lost in Walmart and just hasn't found her way out in 10, 15 years.
Yeah. I still can't believe they actually make those for little kids. Those freaking dog leash things.
Yeah.
That is.
I know what? I think that they should be fucking mandatory in fucking shopping centers because I am tired of kids running in front of me, in front of my fucking trolley, and then when bad things happen to them, it ends up being, why'd you let your trolley connect with my kid? I'm like, your kid was coming at me like it was fucking Pearl Harbor, motherfucker.
Okay,
What'd you want?
I think the leashes are a good idea, but whenever like you see a kid on a leash, you're like, that kid's a fucking piece of shit.
Well, that too. I just don't. I'm like, why can't you teach your kid how to act normal? You shouldn't have to need a leash.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's how you know that kid's a piece of shit.
Or just leave it at home with the other fucking feral pet you have.
Nobody has feral pets.
Can't they just like feed it?
You're not going to take a dog. You're not going to take a dog into a shopping center, are you?
You've never seen the United States, apparently.
Yeah, I was about.
That's like there's people that bring fucking goats into Walmarts. I'm not joking either. I swear to God, that happens.
For some reason, I believe it.
It's Walmart.
Yeah, the dog thing's like the newest craze in these states.
Do they have Walmart in Australia, Risey?
No. Well, not in Perth, at least. I don't know about the other side.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I have heard they're in like other countries. I just don't know which.
And I trust me, we see some. I've seen my fair share of freaks in shopping centers. Not as bad as these Walmart images, though.
I am Diane. If lost, oh, look at they're so cute.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I made one. It says, "If found Risey, leave him."
Do not approach the Riseys.
Yes.
There you go, Risey.
What the fuck is that?
There's a new car for you.
Jesus Christ.
Why would I drive that?
Well, look, he's got a Captain America bag.
Yeah. See?
Look at it.
He's patriotic. He loves his
your
country.
boyfriend, Risey.
Well, like a fucking 60-year-old dude? I'm cheating on everyone, apparently.
You piece of shit.
I'm a whore.
Liquor there on the left. See that little wood thing near his head? What is that thing right there?
It's like a humidifier.
Why does he have like a fucking toucan bird on the top? What the fuck?
Oh, this
little
is
robot.
Amit Reina's vehicle, by the way.
It's his taxi service.
Yeah, it's his taxi.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It looks like half of it's held together through fucking tape. This is not a safe bloody work thing. Driving, whatever.
It looks like a mini. What's it called? What was the old 4-car? The T.
Model T.
Model T. It looks like a one cut in half and miniaturized.
I'm not gonna lie though, I was walking down to the shops the other day, grab some cigarettes and cat food. Pathetic, I know. But I seen one of these guys like go past on me on one of these little old man driving things.
Oh,
I'm like,
That
you
looks
lucky
perfectly
bastard!
That's a
I really
kid.
want one of those.
Yeah.
That's a baby.
Sometimes you're throwing your cans.
Oh
and
my
you're-
god!
I was looking at it. I
is
saw when
so
you're zooming in. I'm going, that's a kid in a damn car seat.
You just forget, you know. They're in
It's
it.
okay if it doesn't survive.
It's fine. It's sleeping.
Yeah, it's sleeping forever now.
Jesus, criminy.
Like,
Few dents, you know. Nothing you can't get rid of with a hammer.
Oh, look at the Nazi flag ones.
Yeah.
Good lord.
we don't need to look at that.
No, we don't need to see that.
There we
Oh,
go.
it's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. That's heavenly right there.
This is much better.
See, well, Red, I could appreciate the Walmart pictures.
This is much better than Witten videos.
Yeah, you think I was really going to watch Witten videos? I was like,
I'd rather watch this
yeah.
100 times over.
Let's see what else you got. Is
Yeah,
there anything?
what else do we got? Oh, well,
What the?
this is...
Oh, that's
Some-
Detroit. That's Detroit.
fucking disgusting. That person should be shot.
That's Detroit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detach that part of the fucking world from your country and fucking send it into the middle ocean.
We
and
tried.
fucking-
We tried a few times. It didn't work.
That is disgusting.
Even Obama tried with the copper thing, or the rust thing in the water.
Oh,
did we
shit.
Did we lose Dean?
Yeah. Dean
Oh yeah,
was
we
a
lost
little
him
bit
about
ago.
like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. He wasn't up for the edginess of Walmart.
Well, guaranteed
It's
it was way more
disgusting. He
fun
got
than
out. At least he got out of here
Oh my
before that
God.
fucking shit stain thing.
Holy
What the
crap!
fuck? How are you planning on getting out of that?
That's my question.
Well, I think she came in with it.
Oh my God,
was
the only other way I
born
know
this
you could
way.
do is you got to tip it over and you got to crawl out of it.
I came in like a shopping cart.
Oh my God. Maybe she brings the milkshake to the yard.
You should fucking bring something.
No,
I don't
this
think it's
is,
anything.
no.
this is the man that brings the milkshake to the yard.
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
His milkshake's better than yours.
It is. Damn right. Rise, you ready to break it down? Let's turn it on.
Could you feed on these?
I'm just trying to think, like,
I'm trying to figure out if that's fake or not, but I think it's real.
I think it's real, and I'm like, would I attack this person, or would I just never visit this store again?
I would just stay away.
Well, they're quite plump, actually.
They're coming in.
I just really want to throw a fucking tinned can of food at the back of his fucking head.
Well, that's actually the book aisle. You might be able to hit him with a dictionary.
I think he's buying the new
Fucking
copy.
self-decency. Look it up, bitch.
You know,
He's buying the new copy of I Am Starfire.
I have a question, and I know you're not going to like it because I am going to bring up the shoe people. But this goes in correspondence with your stream you just did, Well Read.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it I have seen more of those Alterna Comics end caps in Walmart through pictures, through the shoe people, than people in CG?
People in CG aren't terribly interested in them.
They used to be. They used to be.
Well, no, I
think
think it's by the time people fucking got the book, they were like, I'm not gonna fucking say thank you to Mitch and his fucking people for giving me a book that I was entitled to long before the masses of, oh my god, there's a bag on that kid's fucking head. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why they sell alternate comics at Walmart.
Oh my god. Holy
Typically, all the
shit.
children are
This
walking around with
is
bags
the
on their head.
market you're looking for, Mitch Brettweiser.
That's why his books are the way they are. It makes perfect sense to her.
I like that fucking tubby-ish chick in the background here looking at the kid just like, what the fuck?
Well, if I was that woman walking behind that kid and I could tell that's not hers, I would have gone and grabbed that thing off of him. You kill yourself that way easily.
No, because then the black mama might be saying, don't steal my fucking kid's fucking COVID mask.
Give me the damn bag back.
Oh my god, look at that one in the red and the fucking blue short things. Ugh.
Oh,
what the
small.
fuck? Oh, sorry, no, I was looking at the other one. I keep looking at the computer screen and not the mobile.
Oh, let's move like a foot a minute.
That one. Look at that thing. What the fuck, dude?
That's a triple gun.
Like you don't want that gap to land on the fucking register. You're gonna get charged for like 100 pounds of fucking meat, bitch.
I think it's got a mouth. See, like there's two lips there. It's open.
That's disgusting. Oh, that is like. How did you even get into those clothes? For one.
Next frame. What's that jacket say?
This is the people of Walmart.
Yeah, it's the people of Walmart. Some people have never seen these or
Ask
know these
my
exist,
girls
and I'm going.
if they
Oh, I'm
still
not muted.
think-
Yeah, you can go down this. This is a very sick hole you can go down. It just depends how deep you want to go. Ask my girls if they. Short.
I don't understand it.
I think he's trying to teach his kid a lesson about wearing short shorts.
Oh yeah, because he's wearing those fucking gay ass short. Oh, all right, that's clever.
That's
Good
about the
on
only
him.
thing I could come up with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. Good on him. I'd do the same thing. I'm like,
See?
I'm going to
told
show
you,
up.
There's a duck.
There you go.
I'm telling you, you'll find a goat eventually.
Oh my god! What the fuck? And they get let into the store? Like, who the fuck are letting these people
It's
in?
the same way the airlines were letting you bring on fucking peacocks as your
Fuck, man. If I
animal
ever fucking,
to
like, I've
comfort
said
you.
this before. I'm like, if I ever visit America, fuck Disneyland and all that shit. I want to go to the closest fucking Walmart when I get off the plane.
If you come to the Vegas Walmart, and they're all pretty much 24 hours here, I'm telling you, you will see some shit between midnight to 4 a.m. It is one of the most fun times to go to Walmart ever.
Oh my god, yeah. Nah, I'm definitely doing that if I ever go to America.
That's a goose, by the way.
Is that a goose or I thought
Yeah,
it was a duck.
I'm pretty.
I can't tell.
No, it's the body shape and the head
Yeah.
and the long neck. It looks more like a goose.
Yeah.
I
But it
didn't
might
even
be
know
a
there was a
duck.
fucking difference between a goose and a duck.
Oh, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, duck actually tastes better than goose.
Yeah, goose are bigger too.
Yeah.
Geese. I'm sorry.
But I might be wrong on that because I don't have my glasses on, and that sure looks like a goose from where I'm sitting.
Look, it's Ethan.
That's right.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not
Oh
Ethan.
Jesus! That has to be a bodysuit. That they can't literally look
Yeah,
like one of
no,
those.
it's a blow-up suit. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I
funny.
could tell is look at the size of his wrist. That's you can see it.
But the head is real.
The head's definitely real. It's a tall dude.
Dude, it's a fucking nightmare.
I think I know that guy.
I did too.
It's me.
What's funny is he's in the electronics video game section.
It's probably your neighbor. Holy shit. I get kicked off the computer for 10 minutes. You guys are still on Walmart.
Well, no, he was about to end the stream.
Well, I was
What's
in
going
the
on
early one tonight.
Oh, why is that inappropriate? That's just a good-looking woman.
Those are some nice yams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the most appropriate thing I've seen in these images so far.
She's buying broccoli.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty.
Bit of a fucking giant ass for my taste, but she's doing
I've
alright.
seen some really strange things in Walmart.
I think she's sitting on. What is she sitting on?
She's sitting on like the bench, resting next to her.
No, that's not a bench. That's actually fruit or vegetables are there.
That's that looks like an avocado thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, great. Now use anyone that
making
brings
guacamole.
avocados. Now they taste like fat ass.
They're making
Or shit.
guacamole. She's crushing them like grapes. My God.
Holy shit, 50 cents for a bunch of fucking bananas? That's cheap as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even like
Depends the
bananas.
time- It just depends the time of year.
You're doing better.
Yeah, even like on the good times of year, I've never seen bananas that fucking cheap.
Oh, does testify?
Testify, you
Get something
feeling
at
better?
Walmart?
I'm living, Andy.
Good. I'm glad to hear that you're doing a little better than you were yesterday.
I do have news though. My toilet did break from having a seizure on it.
Oh Jesus!
I woke up this morning and walking down the hallway, and I'm like, "What the hell? Why is the the carpet wet?" Then I realized the toilet was leaking all night.
Jesus.
Oh fuck!
Well, I'm just glad that you're okay.
I'll be
The
fine.
toilet can be fixed.
It'll take more than a seizure to take Testify out.
Look at that thing.
It might take the guy on the left.
Yeah, if I had to pick one.
You don't want to know what he's going to do with that pineapple, testify.
I like Sarah's fucking comment here. I can't believe the staff don't say anything to most of these people. That's what I fucking think.
No, they can't.
They can't?
No.
They can't.
So
No.
you're
Unless
allowed
they're-
to
unless they're-
like show
unless
up
they're-
half naked
Unless
with
they're
shit
nude,
stains
Isaac.
on your ass.
Yeah. Well, it all started back when Walmart first started. His this is a story. I don't know if it's 100% true, but the owner's daughter got stranded somewhere and didn't have any place to stay. That's why you can sleep in the
Walmart parking lots. That's
and
that is
then
true.
it transferred over to the inside where they basically left everybody alone because it's kind of like a safe haven for the freaks and rejects from midnight to 4 a.m.
Yep.
You
No,
know.
if see that one above there, that's the one. I literally lived down the street to the one where the two cops were murdered in the Walmart. That you went by the pictures. They were up above that.
Oh, was it here? This
That one right there, yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they had that happen there. That was a bad deal. But no, it's Walmart. Literally, unless you come in nude, they really will not say a damn word to you.
Yeah, you literally can't get kicked out of there, and I've tried.
And if anything, they'll probably come and give you a packing box to put around you if you're almost nude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Apparently, the smell was so horrible in Walmart, he tied some garlic to his nose.
It looks like a plague mask almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That's interesting.
That's funny.
I think he's got a flashlight on his head too.
Holy shit, man! I would not want to be an employee of Walmart.
See, I
Fuck
used to
that,
do that
man.
stuff to people I worked with. It was fun to do that.
Yeah.
I used to go in when I had to buy gloves, and I would buy the oddest things like Vaseline, SpaghettiOs, and rubber gloves, and that'd
Just to
be
fuck
it.
with the cashiers.
Yep. And the strangest looks you'd get from not just them, but everybody around you, because it's like, oh, I plan on having a good time tonight, y'all.
You forgot the most important item, duct tape.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta have the duct tape.
Yeah, you gotta spice it up every once in a while, you know.
Yep.
But the SpaghettiOs and meatballs, that was always a funny one.
There's people that do this shit. It's so fucked up.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wrong. I don't
Unless
even
that's
do
from an
that.
earthquake, and I don't think it is, but I've seen kids do this crap. I've seen even adults do it. It's ridiculous.
I don't have an answer for that.
Shut up, Alexa.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
That was
That was
funny,
great.
dude.
That was good
Perfect timing too.
Can we ask your Alexa questions, Testify?
Go ahead.
Alexa, how many legs does Testify have?
Alexa, how many legs do I have?
The typical adult human has 2 legs.
There you go.
All right, now ask Alexa, how many legs does Testify have?
Alexa, why is Risey drinking right now? She didn't answer.
She broke Alexa.
Yeah, I broke her. It's over.
So ask her, Alexa, how do I know that I'm a drunk?
No, I'm not going to ask that.
That's funny.
What was the name of your fish that died? Testify, Sharky?
Cracky?
Cracky.
Cracky, my trout?
Your trout. Ask
Yeah.
Alexa where Cracky is right now.
He's in the freaking Southern Nevada sewer system. I can tell you that.
Well, ask Alexa. I want to hear her say it.
No.
You
She's
threw
tired
away.
right
You
now.
threw away a perfectly good trout.
No, my wife killed my lovely friend, my trout, Cracky.
And you threw it away.
Well, it was dead.
Well, a little butter and you know.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. On that note, I'm getting another drink. I'll be right back.
Look, peace.
Uh-huh.
I'm amazed this person could grow so much hair on the front of their face.
How come I have a craving for cottage cheese?
Oh.
How did she manage to get her arms to fold all the way back like this?
She's double jointed.
And
She
she's
was
incredibly
a gymnast,
flat.
well read. She was a gymnast.
She's incredibly flat chested as well.
Yeah. That's just wrong.
Well, I think we've exhausted almost all of the.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, well, there we go.
See? Look at
There's
that beauty.
there's
That's an
Testify.
air suit, the one on the left,
Yeah.
but that other one's not.
Testify, what DVD are you buying here?
None, because I haven't bought a DVD in, I think.
Oh my
many-
god, look at that one.
Is it How to Kill Your Trout and Get Away with It?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask my wife. She killed it.
Oh.
No, it's probably how to cook trout.
Yeah, I can go catch you another 10 trout in about an hour.
Look at the back of that thing. It looks like there's 2 asses on the back. What the fuck?
It looks like there's 2
There's
camel
3,
toes.
actually, if you count them correctly.
1, 2, there's 4.
It's like 2 hams in a
Oh,
bag.
yeah,
You let me
yeah.
through. I let you through. Thank God I'm not that big.
This isn't your ink, is it, Andy? Up here on her
What?
shoulder? Is this your ink up here on her shoulder?
No, I can definitely tell that's not mine because you'd actually be able to tell what it is if I did it. That's all blurry. It looks like shit was done in somebody's house.
Oh, because
Or
I
like-
see Christopher Blaylock's here. Have you heard his revolution for streaming?
What's his
What's that?
revolution?
Dude, check this out. Check this out. This is going to be... No one's ever done this before. He's going to bring on the smaller CG creators and talk about their books.
Oh, leave him alone.
It's revolutionary.
He's such a fucking shit stirrer, too.
Quit being a shithead, Dusty.
What? It's a revolution.
So we found some images of Testify's head. It's been hiding in these guys' shirts.
Yes.
I told you I'm a friend of the shoe people.
There you go.
Oh, why are we looking at ass cracks again?
I thought they've been putting a hit out on you lately.
No. That's a different sect.
Isn't that the what do you call it? The
That's
trap
the
house.
Testify has
very
multiple
dark. That's the
enemies.
very darker shoe people.
Oh, what'd you do?
I didn't do anything. Say, look, gator.
There you go.
Oh my god.
I'm not
Oh,
joking. I'm surprised you haven't found a goat one or a small, like one of those little mini cows.
I've probably seen them and just forgotten.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've always known, like when I started talking to you Americans, that Walmart was fucked up. But
No, I
know
I've not
exactly-
seen
it's
this
a
What do
many
you mean?
equals in a row.
Dude,
It's extremely cultured there.
okay, type in Australian Walmart and see what pulls up.
I don't think
Australia's
there.
Walmart?
Well,
Like I said,
don't know
I don't
if
think
there
there
are
is
in
one.
There's
Australia.
equal places, but it comes up as Australian Walmart.
There you go.
Let's see. No, that's.
Oh, there is
Kmart.
one?
I
There's a
I
whole-
don't
there's a
know.
whole-
No,
No.
there
Pretty
might not
normal.
be. It might not be.
Okay,
one of those
well,
countries
You'd
there's
be
you got.
better off typing in something like bogans in grocery stores.
in Australia, yeah, because I've seen some pretty heinous ones from Australia too. So
No, trust me. Like, yeah, I've seen it
Jesus
myself.
Christ,
But
pig's heads. Oh,
I heard those are delicious, but I won't try
they
them.
are. It's just not like that. They aren't.
Look how happy they are too. Big smile on their face.
Yeah.
it's so happy to be dead.
I've never had it before. It's actually pretty good. It just you got to cook it right.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of chef friends, so
Yeah.
they like them. I don't. I don't.
It's
eat.
not. It's not the best, but it's not the worst tasting meat there is out there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, now I'm like, cause there are some in Europe, but there's not that many.
No, but there's I keep seeing on Twitter that stuff come up, and there's always like Australian something or other, and you can see them just in grocery stores, and it's pretty hilarious looking too. So
Do you guys know what that is?
That's snow. That's snowy shit on it and car exhaust. It looks like.
yeah,
What do you think that is, Risey? Is that snow? Are you there?
I don't know. I've not seen snow enough in my life. It doesn't look like snow though. It looks too like hard.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a small penis on the bottom left.
yeah. No, it's
Just
snow,
too. I
though.
didn't want to bring that up, but that's why I
If
got
you
the
look-
word hard.
If you look off to the side and behind it, there's more little piles of it, so
Yeah.
it's snow.
Just that's
It's
tire grime and salt and shit from your
Yeah.
cars and gets on the snow pile.
I thought it was another
That's
Walmart
probably-
shopper.
Another what?
A Walmart shopper.
Another Walmart shop.
It could be. A
Yeah, it
disguise.
could be. The way they dress, I've seen some pretty, crazy.
I see
shit in
I see
Walmart.
some butt crack in there. So
Mm-hmm.
you know.
See some lost children.
See a pig
But that
smiling
one
too.
with the little baby at the bottom, that was just classic.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, it
No,
was fucked
what's
up.
bad
But
is this: the entire time you were talking before we said something, I'm looking and I'm like, "Is that a kid's freaking car seat?" And I'm looking, trying to look. Then you zoomed in. I'm going, "That is a kid's car seat. That is fucked up."
and then you see its little legs.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. So do you guys want to talk about broken mailboxes, or are we just going to end the stream?
Well, honestly, I don't know too much about the mailbox situation. I was trying to listen to some of it when you were bringing it up. Smug brought it up a little bit earlier, but I was on a call, so I could only like half hear it.
Mm-hmm. No, here's what happened. Matt C and me, we took a plane over there, and I drove the car. He whacked it with a baseball bat. Then we got back on the plane and flew back, and we did it all within a 2-hour span.
Yeah, you're saying
That's
that
impressive.
Yeah.
on Asmat's show the other night, weren't you?
Yeah, I take full responsibility because he's gonna blame somebody anyway. Might as well blame me.
Yeah, I think it was just some local kids just being kids.
Yeah, but here's the thing that everybody keeps forgetting. Liam's a liar.
Well, I don't know. It was reacted and how he was saying it. There's too many indicators that somebody had done something to his mailbox.
No, there wasn't.
You know.
I remember his video where he had to not stream because the neighbor kid had needles stuck in their arms and somebody got stabbed outside the house. But he had time to stream that to everybody, but not do a stream.
Yeah, I've only seen that clip because that's at the start of one of the Yonafui clips that he did for me.
But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that his mailbox was fucking.
He's lied too many times for me to give him that anymore. I'm sorry. Because the thing is this:
whether it was one of us or
cameras.
Not. I don't believe it.
He says he has security cameras, and if he did, he would show it to people.
Dude, and I don't think that there are any Liam haters in his area,
Yeah, it's kind of... if anything did happen, I kind of believe it was more local kids being local kids.
That's what I say.
Versus...
I mean, when I was younger, I used to go around kicking people's bids over on bid night so that their rubbish can all over the fucking trash cans. But like
lockdown right now, aren't you?
Well, the other side of Australia, I'm not. Perth is fine.
Because like Smug was saying, the area he's in is about the same as what Liam's in. And the lockdown is pretty...
A kid just got... A 12-year-old little girl just got fucking pepper sprayed by cops for not wearing a fucking mask. And they had 30 cops go up to this thing. There's a video out there on Twitter or YouTube. I think I've got it somewhere. And if anyone wants it, I can send it to you. But, it's a legit thing. And you know what's the most fucked up point is that there were 2 cops in that said video that weren't wearing fucking masks.
Yeah. Because if anything did happen, it was a local kid because, would you want to travel across town just to do that, knowing what may or may not happen? I know I wouldn't. And I'm pretty ballsy.
I wouldn't do it just because I'm like, why give him more content?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give you sympathy bugs. Everybody loves Cthulhu. Security cameras can't.
I don't feel bad about it.
I live half on the other side of Australia. Cthulhu. It definitely wasn't me.
I'm in the middle of America, so I know it wasn't me.
I mean, I've got the video here. I can share it with everybody.
Do it.
Oh, where he's going off? Yeah, it's
only less than a minute. Oh no, that's this one.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this was horrific. You'd think that this kid fucking committed genocide.
My sister's arrested for shopping for food with no mask, and there's people walking around with no mask. Look at this.
It's made me extremely fucking disgusted in the country.
Do you know where this is?
Look at this.
I think it's in New South Wales somewhere. It's on the other side of Australia.
Look at this.
They're girls too.
Yeah.
Just for not wearing a mask. This is stupid.
She's right.
Look at this police over here, not wearing a mask. I will.
I would so pepper spray Rising.
Okay.
Look at the police cars coming down. It's like this fucker's like planted a nuclear bomb or some shit. What the fuck?
Whoa. Girls in Australia, they get really aggressive.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 12-year-old.
Well, they've been locked up. They've been on lockdown for a long time.
They're fiery.
No, Sarah, this is just Australia, not the world.
Well, the reason this is happening is because we're not allowed to bear arms. Could you imagine if the cops wouldn't pull this shit if we had the right to bear arms?
My brother on the floor for nothing.
Yeah, it'd be a different story if you had the rights.
See, Risey, Georgina Floyd agrees with you.
Yeah, no, I agree, Georgina. It's fucked up.
Jesus Christ. What is wrong with these people?
This is all over a fucking mask.
Look at all of this.
There's really no more to it than this?
No.
See, look at that cop. No mask.
Brother on the floor for nothing.
That's why I'm asking. I'm wondering, there wasn't anything else that, it wasn't just, there was something, there wasn't anything other than the mask. That's what this is all about.
Yeah. For
geez.
the most part, from what I gathered, it was all about the fucking mask.
Because I'm just like, that is insane if that's how they're going to respond
Yeah,
to that.
it is retarded, man. The amount of police that were there and the police sirens in the fucking background, you would have thought that someone was actually getting stabbed or to death, or there was a terrorist attack. And no, it's just some 12-year-old fucking little girl with no fucking mask on. And I'm pretty sure that kids don't have to wear masks. I know teenagers do. And yes, she's 12. Maybe she's about to turn 13, but she's still not a fucking teenager. So that is bullshit. And especially if I was the father of that fucking girl, I would fucking hunt down all these fucking pigs. And I don't care. Anyone can clip that and take it to the Australian government, because honestly, that is a fucking disgusting fucking abuse of power.
Interesting.
Well, speaking of disgusting abuses of power, I also found this. This is John Delarose on Kiwi Farms. And I think this is related to the Micah Curtis Discord.
The Micah Curtis? No, it's actually his Patreon.
Micah Curtis's Patreon or his Discord?
No. It's John Delarose's Patreon.
Right.
That's what this is in reference to. And Mika and all them are flagging videos on his Patreon account. And he keeps getting warnings from Patreon.
Oh, bloody hell.
And it's all due to... I'm sorry, we joined your Patreon and joined your Discord. What was the problem, Mika? Couldn't happen to be all the bad crap you were doing in there.
Now, the strange thing here is YouTube is not taking it down, but Patreon is the one that's putting
they're
pressure on
sending.
it.
It's what it does. It's like a warning message. It goes, "This is being flagged for it," so it's apparent where it's coming from. Because it's a YouTube video that's connected to his Patreon account.
But why is Patreon involving themselves in this?
Because Patreon is Patreon? I don't know. Why does anybody whine about shit like that? Unless
Is it on Patreon? The video?
The video's on Patreon, yeah. But
Yeah,
it's hosted through YouTube. That's the way it works.
Yeah,
you could put certain videos that only Patreon users could see.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So they're flagging it on Patreon, so
Yes.
Patreon's reacting to it is what
Yes.
I was asking.
Yeah, it's not YouTube doing it.
Yeah,
It's
if it was
Patreon.
on YouTube, Patreon wouldn't care because it's none of their concern. But because it's
Exactly.
being flagged on Patreon,
Yes.
they do care. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, it
That's
has
what I was
actually
asking.
nothing to do with YouTube or Google or anything. It's
Yeah.
just Patreon.
Because they have to react when it's
Well,
flagged
it's
on
because
their
they got
channel.
sued so bad that
Yeah,
or for
that's
whatever
why
that, I
they're-
forgot who the hell was that guy that made all that money.
Well, there was a couple people that actually won.
Well, there was I
Because
know the suit, but there was the one guy that won huge.
Yeah.
They never thought he would, and he did.
Yeah, it's because he if I remember correctly, he proved he was right for not having to do it.
Yeah, I forgot what that guy's name was. He was kind of internet famous, but it don't matter.
Yeah, it's not that important. But yeah.
But so what's the controversy? Like, what's in those videos that Patreon feels the need
It's
to
not
react
that. It's
with.
just think of your like what you would consider the safest video ever, Well-Read, that you did.
Right.
Then say you have 10 to 20 people all flagging it, saying it's offensive, and the company is reacting to those 10 to 20 warnings or flags they're getting.
So
That's
it's an
what's happening.
automated response.
I don't think it's automated. I think they have to respond after a certain amount of flags.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be automated. It might be. It very well might
It
be.
might be in the beginning, but I think after a certain amount of people flagging it, they actually review it, and then they decide. Because it's just like on YouTube a lot of times, because I've known people that have been flagged, and then they actually physically went in and watched it and said, oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, Dark Griff, that's exactly what we were just saying. I can't remember the guy's name.
Actually, I think James Hayes just brought it up. Sargon.
Was it Sargon? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm not sure, but I've never watched Sargon, but I've heard his name a few times, and I think that might be the reason why I know his name.
Because I think he was kicked off of it, and then he
he sued him. And everybody said he's going to lose, they can do whatever they want, and then he won, and it was like, holy shit. They had to pay, I forgot how much per person was signed up on it. It was just...
It was an ungodly amount.
Yeah,
it almost broke them.
I'm surprised they didn't actually go under.
Yeah. I heard about that.
So,
well, they make too much revenue on other people, you know.
It is, but...
everyone always thinks that they're the biggest revenue builder and bringer into things. But, like, you got to remember, there are, like, 7 billion people on this planet, and they're just going to capitalize off these other... stupid ninjas.
It was just the details of the settlement for it, because like I said, he won it. They didn't settle. He won the case, and then they got.
No, I'm glad he won.
Damages.
Good.
Yeah, there was no settlement. Yeah, it was quite a chunk of change, like instantly. And whether Patreon's making a ton of money, it's the amount of money they actually have in pocket at the time.
Yeah.
You know, if a con doesn't have $10,000, they can't pay $10,000. If they have 5, then they go to the negotiation table.
Yeah, no, it was a big deal because I remember it was like per membership that the guy had, and he had a ton.
Yeah, he was a big timer. He had a couple million subscribers. Yeah. So, and it was what, $5-10? I think the average was like 15 or 20.
Yeah,
so
it was insane.
Yeah,
it was a lot of revenue.
Yeah, it made a lot of people happy because it made a point that the big guy, the big people ain't winning.
You can't keep gatekeeping people this way. That's what it was.
Hey, Darkiff, welcome back.
So, what do you think of the new lady over at Kickstarter?
No, like Sargon got kicked off of Patreon for saying something on YouTube. Owen Benjamin and his patrons were the one that won the lawsuit.
Was it the Hitler dog thing?
Is Owen Benjamin the guy? Is that Dankula?
No, I thought it was Sargon that did the Hitler dog.
No. That was Count Dankula.
Oh, the other one. Okay, those are the two I mix up. I don't know why, but okay.
Did he ever get have to go to trial yet, or is that still pending?
Who?
I think that's over with now. I think he won the appeals process.
Oh, okay.
The Owen Benjamin thing? Oh, Dankula?
No, the saluting dog.
Yeah.
Oh
no, he went to jail. No,
he went to
jail.
He did jail time or something.
Yeah. What's up, Caleb?
Jesus.
Yeah, for his dog, for teaching his dog how to salute.
Hey, what's up, Caleb?
It was pretty fucked up.
It was funny, but good lord, people.
Well, I mean, it was funny, but it was fucked up what happened.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was fucked up what happened, definitely.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have went to jail for it. I thought that was hilarious.
Well, that just proved that humor's dead.
Yeah.
Because they used to do that shit on TV all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Little Nazi Chihuahua dog, I think that was. That's what
Yeah.
they were doing.
Because somebody called him a Nazi or something, and he taught his dog how to.
Yeah. Do the Heil Hitler. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you ask me about something about Kickstarter, Andy?
No, I was asking everybody what everybody think of the new person working at Kickstarter now. The one blocking everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm blocked. She ran a blockchain on somebody.
Yeah, it's probably Ethan.
Probably, yeah.
I am not banned by her or blocked.
Me neither. Actually. But it just goes to show you, you know, it hasn't changed much. You know what I mean?
You know who was, blocked and banned on something? Yet the Taliban can say what they want on Twitter? John Delarose. He is literally the Hitler of Twitter, I guess, now.
Well, he's worse than the Taliban.
Apparently he's worse than the Taliban.
Yeah,
that is a goddamn fucking lie, and we all know.
I agree with that.
John Delarose is a gift that continues to give to all of us.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to burn a book right. He doesn't know how to burn a book right.
Well, yeah, he sure as shit fucking doesn't.
He called somebody whitey.
He got banned for saying something.
Was right. He just did it with the wrong person on the channel.
He got banned for saying something that the Taliban probably says every day.
Yeah,
well,
what was he banned over?
How about that? But all the other worse things the Taliban says than John Delarose, and they're still allowed on.
Yeah, we won't get into what
I want to see the Taliban reviewing fucking I'm Not Starfire.
There you go.
That's a big issue right now.
Wasn't he banned for that?
No, he wasn't banned for that.
It wasn't. No, it was. He got banned for a comment to somebody on Twitter. He said it was in response to somebody else that was egging him on, and he's like, "That's you racist, whitey."
Oh yeah, it was the whitey comment. Yes,
the whitey comment, and I'm going,
yeah,
whitey. Whitey is like, that's Cracker's worse than Whitey.
Yeah,
Cracker's not bad to me.
I like being called a cracker because I'm a saltine.
Calling you a saltine cracker, make it even worse.
Yeah, I'm a saltine, man. I'm salty.
I like the oyster crackers you put in clam chowder.
I do too. Those are great.
Those are okay, but those are just mini crackers, so you're not even a full human, huh?
They're awesome in just about any soup out there.
If I had to compare you to a cracker, Andy, I think I'd compare you to a Ritz.
But I'm not brown.
I compare Andy to a Cheez-It.
No, I'm not orange or yellow either. I'm a saltine. I'm white as they come.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm surprised he hasn't got a response yet. He put the appeal in, hasn't heard back. I can't believe they're gonna hold that ban up over a fucking.
They're gonna wait a while. They're gonna wait a while because there's a lot of response to it, and they don't know what the fuck to do because. There's a lot of people that are saying you're a fucking idiot.
Are you trying to say how many days has it been?
Yes.
It hasn't been that long.
I think this is going on 3. I think 3.
Right,
I might be right.
It
might be more or a couple less. I can't. It's been 3 at least.
They could take up to a couple weeks. So.
I was gonna say, my experience was different. I put in an appeal every 2 days like clockwork. 48 hours, I'd get a generic letter back saying, we're not going to overturn the appeal, the ruling or whatever.
I've had it twice where it showed me where I've lost my account and I did the appeal and within an hour it was back.
Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised. I thought that comment would have immediately got reversed, but
yeah, like I said, mine was like every like 48 hours like clockwork. Like I was literally like scheduling emails to go out every 48 hours because I knew I was going to get the reply back.
Yeah, but how many times were you banned before that?
None.
He's been banned like every other week or so for like a year now.
I mean, I was shadow banned like 3 weeks prior because I kept getting false flagged by Renfamous and her goons, and
Yeah.
I was literally shadow banned for like 3 days, and like I kept getting like I think I got like literally almost 100 emails over the course of that weekend, like saying, your tweet has been reported, and then during the review we realized nothing was wrong. Your tweet has been reported, and during the review we decided nothing was wrong.
That's what I got back when I got mine.
Yeah, but he also has a bunch of strikes against him at the moment, so he's got a. They're probably taking their time or reviewing it. Plus, all the other people yelling at him about how stupid they are, and those yelling at him that he needs to be removed. So it's one of those things where it's probably going to take him a couple weeks before he's either banned or let back on.
We'll see. Who knows?
I hope he's back on.
Well,
he'll be somewhere.
I'll just have to start over.
It's arbitrary with Twitter. I mean, you kind of don't know. I had my account locked for like months, and I didn't even do anything. But they wanted my cell phone information. I never gave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking angry about that shit now.
You have to have it now.
I just thought it was over Whitey? Whitey. Of all things, Whitey.
I don't get it either. It's funny. People get butthurt over the smallest thing.
Yeah, I got a 24-hour ban a few weeks back before I shut my Twitter down and then reactivated it. But I got a ban before that because I called someone a cunt in the comments section, which is understandable, but I'm like, it was a nice version of the word cunt instead of like a nasty version. And I was also saying it to one of my friends.
Yeah, it was the European version and not the American
version. I wrote something like, "Oh, you funny cunt," and I'm like, Twitter flagged me for it, and like, you've got a 24-hour ban. I'm like, fucking suck my ninja dick, bitch.
And then you got banned for that too.
No, well, I didn't actually send that to them. I was thinking it.
I told them you said that. That's why they held it for a while.
Fuck you,
heard you.
Yeah. It's true.
Alexa told on you, Risey.
Yeah, fucking Alexis, that bitch. This is why you don't trust AI and fucking intelligence.
Did you buy an Alexa because you're lonely, Testify?
No, I bought it on Prime Day because it was like $15. And it's the best $15 I spent on some stupid little electronic toy.
I don't have an Alexa in my house because I don't like those fucking things.
Well, nobody does, but once I have one now, I'm telling you, anytime I want to know the weather, sports score, news, anything, you just say it and it tells you. It's kind of a cool thing.
Well,
and I get why some people don't want one.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're worried about them listening to your conversations, just guess what? That's what all smartphones do.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't worried about that. I just don't like them.
That's not your conversation.
I know. I'd have an Alexis because I just want to see how long it would take for me to like break it like mentally.
They're only listening in when you're having sex.
Yeah. No, like I said, it was when they had Prime Day, and it was only $15. I got the dock station because I even have one of the Fire tablets that I got jailbroke, and it was ridiculous how cheap you can get that crap. The last one they had.
Yeah, we have one.
Oh wait! Actually, I've got a good question for your Alexis. I want you to ask it if you can. Okay. Ask Alexis. If I'm not Starfire, whatever, I don't fucking care. Ask the robot if I'm Not Starfire is a good book.
Alexa, hold on. Say it one more time, Risey.
Alexa, is I'm Not Starfire a good book?
Alexa, Is I'm Not Starfire a good book?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Yeah, Alexa Rose!
Yes.
That's some truth. Thank God you don't know that. You might actually commit suicide if you did.
Ask Alexa what
Or
is
she'll turn
I Am
into fucking
Starfire.
Megatron and just commit fucking genocide against humanity.
What do you want me to ask?
Ask her what is I Am Not Starfire.
Alexa, what is I Am Not Starfire?
I Am Not Starfire is a book by Mariko Tamaki. It was published on July 27, 2021. Here is a summary. From New York Times best-selling author Mariko Tamaki. Laura Dean keeps breaking up with me.
Holy shit, she knows.
Alexa, shut up! Okay, I've had enough.
You're a bitch, Alexa! Alright,
funny,
now ask
Red...
her... Sorry, DG.
No, I was to say it's funny that Red said it only listens to you when you're having sex. Because with Alexa, you could do like what's called like a drop-in. It's basically like a call. Like I could say, drop in on Risey, and then we could talk through the Alexas.
Really?
But a friend of mine was yelling at her kid, and all of a sudden, like my Alexa goes off, and I could hear her screaming at her kid. And I was like,
"Whoa,
like it
fuck!"
It randomly just did it. Like it just like, and I like hit the button. I canceled it, and I called her up. I was like, so what did she do now? And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what did your daughter do now? And she was like, how do you know? I was like, because you were just screaming at her while it came up on my Alexa.
I'll show you. There's only one other thing I know because I have the bulb that came with it. Here, let's see. Alexa, turn light blue.
You broke it, Testify. See?
First light isn't responding.
Shit.
It's not responding.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, you could literally control all your light bulbs in your house if you replace them with their ones.
Ask Alexa if she knows who John Della Rose is.
Say it again?
Who's John Della Rose?
Alexa, who is John Della Rose?
John Rose was the name of a father and son pair of luthiers residing in the
that's
Bridewell
not
area of London during the
That's not the one we wanted, Alexa, you bitch!
I like this guy better.
No. Alright, no, I want to know Alexa's anime fucking cred. Ask Alexa if she knows who Eren Yeager is.
Okay. Alexa, who in anime is Eren
Yeager?
According to the Abrahamic religions, Aaron was a prophet, high priest, and the elder brother of Moses.
The thing is this, I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk through the one side of my mouth because my tongue is so fucked up, so it's not coming out right.
Let me see if mine knows who John is.
Yeah, ask.
Alexa, who is John Della Rose?
John Rose was the name of
it's going right to John Rose.
It's not hearing.
Oh, you bitches! Fuck you, Alexa. John is a gift.
It's not hearing Del.
Just like a bunch of
It's
women
not hearing
talking with each
Del.
other.
It's hearing Della Rose. It's only hearing Rose. So over pronounce Del. Try that.
Oh no!
Alexa,
try Del A
who
Rose.
is John
Del
Del A Rose?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Ascart.com, for the past 30 years, John has taught art in the Midwest city Del City.
No, that's not the right
The
one.
school system has served as adjunct.
Alexa, cancel.
Ask Alexa who is Ethan Van Sciver.
Alexa, who is Ethan Van Sciver?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Ethan grew up in Seattle and is self-taught. He was named one of Food and Wine's best new chefs in America.
What?
In
No.
2008.
Yeah.
Alexa, cancel.
They don't know anything.
But
Hold on.
Now ask Alexa who is Liam Gray.
Who is Liam Gray's xenotype?
Well, it's probably not in her database, so she probably wouldn't know that.
But just ask her.
Who
Let's just ask
is
her.
Liam Gray of Xenotype?
I don't know that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think with books, it's only books that are like through the like
the Amazon app.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised because John is on Amazon.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It's just not here, Dell.
See if it knows.
I'm thinking it's Dell.
Ask yours if it knows Nasser Rabadi.
Alexa, who is Nasser Rabadi?
Here's something I found on the web. According to bisu.edu, Rabadi has lectured at Notre Dame University.
No, that's not him.
Oh shit!
It's not understanding the words you're saying.
Alexa, who is Nasser Rabadi?
Here's something I found on the web. According to wikipedia.org, Nasser was the chief of the New York Liaison Office for UNRW.
That's the right one. That's him.
Ask her author Nasser Rabadi.
This is getting old. I don't think it's gonna find it.
Yeah.
No.
That was great. All right. Our selector. What is Comicsgate?
Alexa, what is Comicsgate?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
See?
Fuck you, Alexa.
No, that's better. At least she had an answer and not just make up one out of her ass.
Yeah, fair point. Here's a Wikipedia documentary thing I found.
It's better. Yeah, I was gonna say it's better than her saying Comicsgate is a right-wing online movement group.
Well, I was thinking that she was going to read the Wikipedia article.
Or say, hey, it's a cult movement. That would have been hilarious.
See, Google might do that. Hold on a second.
I might, somebody might clip that. That'd be hilarious.
Ask her who Jamila Rouser is.
Alexa, who's Jamila Rouser?
Here's something I found on the web. According to wikipedia.org, from 1996 to 2001, Rouser was a legislative aide and senior policy advisor for U.S.
No.
It doesn't know any of these people.
Alexa, cancel. Let's see. Hold on a second. Hey, Google. What is Comicsgate?
Here's some results from the web.
Oh, I just pulled up results. And it totally misheard me. It put Comicscape.
Yeah, you gotta overpronounce some letters.
Hey, Google. What is Comicsgate?
According to Wikipedia, Comicsgate is a campaign in opposition to diversity and progressivism in the North American superhero comic book industry, targeting the creators hired, the characters depicted, and the stories told, which proponents allege has led to a decline in both quality and sales.
I agree with most of that except for the diversity part.
Right. Alexa, who is John Delarose?
Here's something I found on the web.
According to Arnold Sports Festival, Jonathan De La Rosa was born in New York.
I didn't say De La
Early in
Rosa.
De La Rosa's life, he had a fascination with
Google,
bodybuilding
stop.
because...
Alexa, stop.
I all of a sudden want to kill
They
myself.
both answered.
Yeah, it sounds like he's having like a schizophrenic moment over there.
Yeah, I love this. I need an Alexa bot now just to fuck with it.
Say, Alexa, talk dirty to me.
Wait, say it again.
Alexa, talk dirty to me.
Alexa, talk dirty to me.
Dirt is a substance, such as mud or dust, that soils someone or something.
Oh, she's talking about dirt, so
She's talking dirty to you.
Yeah, she's talking dirt.
Hey, Google.
The word dirt in them are
Talk dirty to me.
by Peter Gabriel, Dirt Off Your Shoulder by Jay-Z, and Tramp the Dirt
Bacteria,
by
grease, the inside of your cell phone case after you haven't opened it for 2 years.
There you go.
No, wait. This is what you do. This is how you break the system. Anthony, say, Google, talk dirty to Alexa.
Well, it's funny. It almost picked up your voice through my headphones. It was, but it thought you said, Anthony, you're sexy. It was almost going to like... And I had to stop it before it started talking. I was like...
Oh, shit, that would be fucking hilarious.
I proved the other night you can actually play blackjack with the Amazon one.
Alexa,
Do it.
play blackjack with it?
Yeah,
What for?
say it to play blackjack.
Play blackjack.
Alexa,
with me.
play blackjack.
Okay, here's Blackjack. Welcome to Blackjack. In this game, I will serve as the dealer. During a hand, you can hit, stand, or double down. You start the game with 100 coins and see how much you can win. If you need
Well, I'm not going to sit here to play the game.
Blackjack-
Alexa,
Yeah.
cancel. That must be a...
Alexa, help me cheat at blackjack.
You ended the game.
It must be like a skill, like somebody, like, you know, like a third-party skill someone designed.
Please play again soon.
Yeah, it's like, how can I learn to count cards?
Yeah.
Hey Google, who's Ethan Van Sciver?
It doesn't know. There you go.
Google's ignoring you on that one.
Yeah. Apparently, Google's feeling jealous. You're talking to Alexa too much.
It spelled it out right, too.
That's funny. Alexa's all mad at you now, man.
Yeah.
It said,
Well, if Alexa could fucking pick up the ball and roll with it, then he would have to go to Google.
Hey Google, who's Nasser Rabadi?
Here are the top search results.
No, not NASA.
Say author Nasser Rabadi.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about it recording our voices. I can't even interpret what we're saying. So I think we're all safe.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely doesn't understand me. Unless I over-pronunciate, and I don't do that too often.
Well, apparently, testifies Alexa nuked him.
Oh, fuck
Yeah, must have. I was just gonna ask him if he caught Cider's fucking stream the other night. Oh, that was great. We ended up talking about glory holes and shit.
Are you talking about the music streams that Cider's doing?
No, he did a stream by himself or something because he was pissed off about Gundam or something. So he went on a rant. He went on a funny rant about that. Then at the end, it was he brought up an article on glory holes in Canada, and yeah, it was quite interesting.
Was it comparing sizes, like how tiny the ones in Canada are compared to the U.S.?
I didn't pay much attention to the glory hole. I just was making glory hole comments the whole time I was on there. When somebody'd say something, I'd, compare it to, is it like a glory hole or, yeah, I wasn't even listening to what they were talking about.
Were they wondering why they find glory holes in the women's bathroom in Canada?
I don't know. I wonder why.
We'll never know. Maybe Alexa would know.
Alexa, why is there glory holes in bathrooms in Canada?
In the women's bathroom.
It's for the trannies.
There you go.
I need to ask Alexa for that one. Rozzy knows the answer.
See, I didn't want to
know the answer.
I didn't want to think about the answers, so thank you for answering that one, Risey.
Don't worry, my mind's always in the gutter.
Thanks for taking one for the team.
That's why I was born.
Glory hole.
I gotta say, it was a little creepy before I realized that Google was hearing your voice through my headphones because I had it so close to my head. That when it typed out my name, I was like, how the fuck does it know my name? Like, why is it typing my name out?
How do you know my name, Google?
The one I use.
They know everything about us, Anthony.
I don't
we
worry
know
about
more
it.
about like us than we know about ourselves.
I mean, I'm registered with the FBI, so I'm not really worried about much anymore.
Okay, Andy. Well, it's been nice knowing you. So.
Oh no, it's been years. Well, you know, when you type in certain subjects way back in the old days, it would say you've been registered with the FBI, and that always came up for me. So I'm not worried about
Jesus
it.
Christ, why'd you keep fucking typing that shit in then?
Well, I mean, I was curious about anthrax.
Jeez, Andy.
Hey,
dude, you just need to pick up a fucking newspaper and realize it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Same as fucking COVID. It's more bullshit. I don't believe it's real. I believe it's real, but I believe it's a government-made fucking illness. And we're all getting infected
COVID, yeah,
by
it is. It's been
the
proven.
stronger surviving and the weaker dying, and even the weaker people, the weak-willed people, are getting their vaccinations because they have to succumb to the pressure of the fucking sanctimonious governments that we all live under, no matter even if you're Australia or America or anywhere. We all have to fucking apparently show our cards now. And I'm like, when are we going to get to World War III when I have to wear a fucking patch on my fucking shoulder just because I don't have the fucking vaccine?
Oh, that's next week.
Hello, brother. Hello there, brother.
Oh, they're coming for Rising.
Andy, next time you want to look up anthrax, just type in anthrax banned, and along with all the banned results, you'll get regular ones too, and you won't get flagged.
Oh no, I wasn't interested in the band. I don't worry about that shit.
You should.
What, them coming and getting me? Nah.
Yeah. Nah. Are you cut out for jail, Andy?
I'm a tattoo artist. What do you think?
I think you do a lot of tattoos, but I don't know if that means you're cut out for
Yeah,
it.
that would mean I'm very popular. And how do you know I haven't been to jail already?
All right, well, Ryan, I'm going to take off. I will catch you later.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's funny.
I use Siri, and I noticed that it doesn't pick up everything I say. Like, even on different days, it gives me different responses.
The best one I used that like understood like everything, like almost like 95%. I got 95% of what I said correct. Was Cortana, which is on like your computer or it's on your Xbox. Well, they took it off the Xbox, but I actually had a speaker. It was the one and only speaker that had Cortana built into it, and then they stopped support for it, and then the last firmware update wiped it away. But that was like the best one. It was like a cross between Google and the Echo, because like you could shop with it, but it had better web results than like the Echo does. I don't want to say her name, but otherwise she'll keep answering. But yeah,
yeah, I don't use much of those things.
I never tried Cortana, but I didn't realize Microsoft stopped supporting it too. That's interesting. They got
it's basically just
a lot of things.
It's basically just on the PCs now. They're kind of like went into more of the business route with it, and they're kind of focusing it that way instead of competing. They're always late to the game, and then they wind up quitting. That's like the thing. They have no stamina. They don't want to compete. But you can get it as a skill on the Echo, so you could still pull it up on like an Echo device. But yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it was the better of the one. I thought so anyway, and it just didn't go anywhere.
So did you finish that page of artwork you were working on?
I'm almost done. I took like I had to go to the store and stuff, and then I cooked dinner and all that stuff. I actually started drawing again when Well Read Show started, and I'm just taking a break now. So
that's cool.
But I'm on the last panel, so
Yeah, I like art markers versus the fucking art marker pens, the painted ones. They dry too quickly. The paint pens, they just dry too quickly inside the tube.
Oh yeah,
I think you're right, Demented for Fun. I think the chat has died. We could probably kill the stream if the chat is already through. So we went for another hour since the last time I tried to kill the stream.
How many people how many people are watching?
18, 19 now. It's kind of like the
actually
ending.
Pretty good.
It's like the ending of Lord of the Rings, where like you think it's done and it just keeps going and going and going.
You know what I learned from that movie?
The Hobbit was worse.
You know what I learned from those movies? They did a lot of walking, and elves are gay.
How many endings?
Hey, well, Red, thank you for having me on, dude. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to talk to my brother. Lovely talking to you guys, DG and Yum Master. I know your actual other name, but I'm forgetting it right now. Andy, thank you. So it's close to Anthony, so I get confused by that.
My older brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Rock on, ninjas. Love you in the chat. Take care, all you guys.
Later, Razzie.
Thank you.
Everybody.
The third Hobbit movie, like it could have ended, like it had like 5 endings. Like it was just, it was horrible.
I didn't like any of those movies. I never liked those movies.
The Hobbit was worse.
Oh yeah, Ken, I'm sorry.
The books are okay.
Velnet is saying The Hobbit was worse. Yeah, The Hobbit kept going for 2 more movies. Sigh.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They wanted to make a trilogy, so they stretched it out. They could have done the second and third movie in one movie. And kind of bullshit.
That's what happens when you give Peter Jackman, reign.
They had a plan with Del Toro to do only 2, and Peter Jackson was producing. And then he backed out, and then the studio pressured him to make it a trilogy instead of 2 movies. So the whole thing was based on a movie that he didn't even kind of put together. It was a different director who was going to be doing it.
Yeah.
And I actually like Del Toro. He does some really good shit, so...
I thought he did good stuff until I saw Pacific Rim. Is that the one with the robots?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, this guy is garbage. He doesn't do anything.
As far as writing goes, it was poorly written, but it was a great concept. It would have worked if they would have done better as far as the story goes, I think. Because it copped out in a lot of ways. Like the shake thing where they're using 2 pilots, I really liked, because something that big, you would definitely want to do something like that. But as far as the story goes, it was just a shitty story.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Peter Jackson?
No, that was Del Toro. Because Netflix, the Troll Hunter series that's on there, and then the Wizards of Arcadia, there's like 4 or 5 series is actually pretty good. And that's him solely with another writer, and they're well done. But yeah, Pacific Rim just kind of lacked anything story-wise.
An homage to what?
Zonky. I don't know what Zonky is.
Oh, I thought he was just saying quirky.
Oh, Zonky, just a crazy homage to giant robots. And
Del Toro's Blade 2 is my least favorite Blade, says Velned.
Yeah, the second one wasn't that great.
Was the third one any good though?
I like the third one, but I like the third. No, I don't think that. I think the second one was the worst. I like the third one. I like the third one because of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, no. The third one was the worst. The first one was the best, though.
Well, yeah, the first one's the best. I'll have to agree to disagree. I think the second one was the worst.
That's
Rim
okay.
Job. Definitely Pacific Rim Job is better. And Demented for Fun agrees. Blade 3 was the worst. All right. On that note, I think I'll pack it in. I don't want to drag this out until it's dead. It's already kind of dead. So
Yeah, I should get back to drawing anyway.
cool.
You're distracting.
Oh, that's
me,
all I've
Will,
been
right?
doing. I've been sitting here drawing.
Blame me if your book is late.
I'm working on a pinup.
Nice. Well, I will catch you guys later. I'm gonna shift over to my other desk now.
Where's my
All right.
mouse? Oh, there it is. I
Take
found
care,
my
Dark Gift.
mouse.
Have a
Talk
good
to
one,
you later.
guys.
All right.
Let's see if it works. There we go. All right. I'm going to be heading out. I will talk to you later.
All right. Later, Andy. Take care.
Later, bud.
Bye. All right, everybody. That's going to be the show for tonight. So hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves, and there was enough content for everybody. So Sunday again, it's early stream. We're going to be doing 8 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be a warts and all review. And then we're following that up with a Dan Fraga interview, and we'll talk about his series Black Flag. And then, as always, we drop the link in the chat afterwards. So hopefully we'll see you all back here for that. Until then, take care, and hope you have a good rest of your week. So I'll see you all later. Bye.
Thank you.